Okay. All right. There we go. That was a positive. I couldn't tell through the sandwich the first time.
Sorry.
Sandwich.
No, Sarni. Duh. Anyway, hello. Welcome to GenSekai Episode 3. I'm glad you're still watching, as currently Episode 2 has as many views as Porq 80.
Oh, neat.
Despite the fact that Porq got way more comments that time, mostly because Dallas played Rainbow Neos. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Ow. Okay, Dallas is loud. I need to roll him back a little.
Oh, sorry.
Let's go for 90% Dallas today.
I'm 86.
All right.
Anyway, this is still an episode that, because it goes up on Patreon as an audio thing, is brought to you by patrons, I guess.
Yay.
Like Adam Tarparker, 10 bucks, G. Carlos, Dragon Ferris, Jeremy Vasquez, just the Fate John, Sandoval, Legendary Boss, Hunter, Liam Kessler, Regent Raptor, Horizon Kenji, Rogue Robin, Trevor, Sean Pryor, some guy named Bob, 750, and Vern the Crow. And if you like what you want to see more, consider supporting us on Patreon, get access to the audio, have a good time. Okay, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I actually do see some patron likes. Somebody apparently went on a Delta Green binge recently and liked all of those episodes and one of the GenSekai ones as well. So
I appreciate that.
people do use Patreon to get the audio in MP3 format, downloadable. Try it. You might like it. But also, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Honestly, good. That was my entire childhood, was just listening to actual plays on my freaking iPod Shuffle. And downloading them
that's
off
also
LimeWire.
before I even had like my first cadre of losers to play elf games with. That's what I did too, was listen to like actual plays and stuff. It taught me a lot.
I think I did
D&D.
I think I played D&D before that, because this is a weird thing, but it was in my I learned how to play D&D in my middle school games club.
Damn, sounds like it. I own some D&D books, but did not get to play. Though I don't even know how influential those were on this, because this isn't really much like that. Because this is GenSekai, a thing I wrote and continue to write more and more, and occasionally people read it. Anyway,
I don't even know how to
to
read.
read all of it one day. I will then read it all for 2 days.
Dallas, we know. We know you don't read.
I'm not fucking
Become
reading
a
that.
bit. It's almost like when you accidentally killed that
asking
guy.
me the
I
lore
just
question.
remembered.
When I think it was
I never learned how to
was
read.
it session 1 or 2 when you asked the question, what's demonology? And I started to answer out of character, and because you didn't do a funny voice, you were like, oh no, that was in character, and I'm like, I can't tell the difference. Anyway, we're going on some deep tangents. We don't need to do that because these guys have stuff to do. So you sleep another night in Blue Bridge. I think you didn't do anything stressful, so you should all have all your strain thresholds cleared anyway. Because this is technically like your 4th day in Blue Bridge, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I think we rested an
4th
extra
day
day.
back?
No, I thought this was like
No,
our
it should
third.
be our
No,
3rd
4th day.
day.
Okay, so day 1, you didn't do any. Well, no, you shopped, but you didn't do anything because you arrived like mid-morning, and then
You mean over
I'm
the
not going to
2,
this dungeon at night.
Yeah.
So you slept till day 2, and then so day 2 was the actual Barrows adventure. It was very full. You came back in the late evening. And then day 3, you spent about half your day shopping again. Then we're like, we're not going on this other quest when it will be nighttime. And so you slept again. So it is now it is the dawn of the 4th day. I'm noticing a slight theme. We don't want to leave town in the afternoon.
Hang on, let me look at the moon real quick. Is it closer? No? Perfect. Karka, you stay up there, please. Just hear scary loud noises.
Everybody gangsta until the moon
You just have
starts
to make
speaking
missions that only happen during the night.
At some point, probably. But
well, I mean, you guys have the crime one, which you could totally pivot and go do. But I don't think you will.
That'd be funny.
So
boar time.
Everybody should, like I say, heal their strain if they didn't already, and you should get, if you have any wounds, you should get 1 more wounds worth of healing of natural rest. I do not think yesterday Porter was in particularly tending to anybody, so you don't get his apothecary bonus. He went into the woods and made a stick.
Omega, I don't believe I get natural healing, do I?
No, yes, you heal naturally. The only thing you don't get is you don't get healed by healing potions or by normal medicine checks. You require a special consumable or a
mechanic check, yeah.
Yes, you still heal 1 naturally, and you would have done that twice now because sleep time.
Sleep.
No, I didn't take any wounds for the most part.
Yeah, no, you were just close to passing out because you're, as is typical if you were a tank in this game, you will probably be close to passing out. Usually that's because you're parrying a lot. In this case, it was because you tangled with some stunny creatures. But anyway, so dawn of the 4th day. I do not think you actually like officially. I told you the name, so I don't. Maybe you officially took the boar hunt quest like
we
last
took the.
night.
I think we did because it
Yeah,
was Lord.
I think-
Oh God, what was the name?
I think the last thing we did was like, okay, take the thing, and he like did a rip sound, and
Okay,
then
all right,
that's where we quit.
all right. So, in that case, then, so you know that you have the quest, the Arcadian boar hunt. You'll be going to the manor of the Lord Lagana. He is across the border in Arcadia, which is a province of the Polis League, which is, got your Spanish Italian city-state south of France vibes. Maybe some Greek city-states in there too.
I talk like this then, cousin.
All I can just imagine is just Spanish guitar just going constantly.
A duelist pops out of nowhere and stabs Dallas, not Mort, Dallas.
Nothing with
Name
Foley
is
lost.
Inigo Montoya. You offended my father. Prepare to die. That sort of
Lord
thing.
Lagana.
So-
Sorry.
Yeah. So, you get up from your tavern business from where you have been resting. I think you guys were bunked in a communal room last time we checked. So, you have breakfast.
I'm gonna load up. Is it 4 golds for that super hardy shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the full adventurer's breakfast.
We're gonna be doing a lot of walking, y'all.
Well, that
I
is a
will
question.
just-
Are you going to attempt to walk? Because it's about a day's travel by foot from Blue Ridge, or about half a day by cart.
I mean,
If you hire a cart or carriage.
I would prefer to walk, but I will cede my opinion to the group majority.
Well, I guess that's the question. It's like, what do other people want to do?
You are all gilded adventurers. A little walking is expected.
I think the biggest question is that if we take all day to get there, then we won't be able to start on the quest until the next day, and we might have to sleep outside.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
the
why
biggest
everybody gets
difference.
bedrolls.
Well,
I think that's the only real difference between.
Well, yeah, the guy who is not mechanically required to sleep sold his bedroll, but he still got one.
I think the only question is more of. Actually, that's separate. I'm fine
Right,
either
okay.
or.
Either or.
Probably better if we do it. Probably, I'm fine on. I more prefer. I was to put it is I will prefer if we probably get there today, but I won't fight people if we do the other thing.
Well,
I mean, you'll get there today. It's when I say a day's travel, I mean a dawn to dusk type travel, which you guys will probably shave a little bit off of by virtue of being adventurers probably.
I mean, the big thing is like
so
how much
then-
is a cart?
Well, to buy a
201.
cart, you guys have talked about your own budgeting. If you want to hire a carriage, that'll be 2 GP per PC.
2 PG.
2
How
bits
much
ahead.
is buying a cart?
200.
It's 200 total, but you guys have already discussed a chip-in system because you guys want to carry your shit.
Just I'll put in 40.
Well, that's a game. Well,
Well, no, we would be hiring a cart. I am thinking of myself for the future.
Well, Dallas, you see, if you ever poked your head in Secret Tabletop Cabal, you would know that literally everybody else has discussed going splitsies on a wagon
Oh,
to carry
Okay.
collectively all your shit because you guys
I mean, I'd
have
be down
stuff
for
you want to
that.
carry. But that would be separate. If you bought a wagon to tow now, that would probably block you out of renting a cart because Mr. Carriage Man is not going to hook up your cart to his cart and double cart.
Well, yeah.
That's,
That would be okay.
Never mind. I'm not gonna bring that up.
Anyway, apparently you guys are also standing around watching just Porter eat a good breakfast and not doing anything.
yes.
I mean, I said I got a very small plate.
Okay. Sure. Makes sense. Community meals.
I wish to taste the flavor.
Porter will share his food.
We got some toast.
He's got a lot of
and,
it.
Yeah, I do.
toast and fruit.
Yeah.
Maybe some juice if it's available.
Yeah, there's a lot of growing, and there'd be some fresh juice.
Ugh.
Well, the way I see it. Oh, God.
Too much spice in that. Too much pepper in that sausage.
Little too much. Little too much. What I say is either we take no matter what, we're gonna not have the full day to prep. There's just no way. Either we get there mid-afternoon to evening, and guess what, then it's too late to really start anything before it gets dark, or we just get there when it's dark to begin with. So I think the question is rather, what do we want to do for the future? We buy a cart now, we can basically throw all our shit in it, we don't have to worry about leaving loot behind. But then we have, to carry well, not carry, but, part of points, but like, pool, how heavy is a cart? Like 100, it's a wooden 2-wheel cart's like, actually, I don't know how much it weighs, I'm intelligence 1, what the fuck am I going on about? It's heavy.
There is no minimum brawn requirement, but it is just noted that if you don't use a pack animal, it requires some heavy lifting and sweaty work.
Yes.
It carries what is it, 50 or 100 E worth of your
I believe it's 50.
If it is 50, yeah.
Now, it's on wheels, so it's not like literally carrying 50 encumbrance of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Leverage and all that, but...
Also, I could probably tow the cart.
I mean, that's probably going to be the thing. It's going to be me and you switching off.
Yeah.
Pulling, because you're Brawn 3 too, right?
Yes, I am Brawn 3.
Yeah, so we the strong boys. We're gonna have a flex off one day. It's gonna be great. But
doing the Manderville pose.
JoJo pose.
Yep. But but the thing is with the cart, we can keep all our shit, don't have to worry about loot, but we won't always be able to bring the cart everywhere.
True.
It would literally would not have fit in that last dungeon you did.
Yes.
I'm not unskilled. I'm just trying to find ways to hide it if we have to, as it goes.
Well, that means we have to go back for it.
Well, in the case of our previous, I guess, example of the previous job, if we just literally left it outside the entrance to the Barrows, and it was just covered in shrubbery, it would have been right there where we left.
True, but that won't always be the case. It's just one of those things where the cart is useful.
The cart is useful.
Expensive.
It's
also,
not.
We kill the boar. We can use it to drag the boar back.
I mean, what do you mean drag it back? It turns into drops.
Well, you don't know how many drops. It is a
True.
big boar.
It could be a lot of drops.
The boar is dire.
It's like a regular boar, but dire. But if we take the carriage, we get to travel in relative comfort. We get to take solid naps on the way, and we might even be able to break out a game or two.
Also, you don't, out of character mechanically, you don't have to do any work. You just, it's one of those things where you pay the fast travel man $2 and you just go. You don't have to do anything.
I am not opposed to this.
If it's preparation for the future, I have no problem with us starting that preparation now.
That seems a very, very fancy way to say I can go either or.
I was saying I'm approving of it?
Okay, then just say that.
I did.
No, you didn't. You added like 10 more words to it.
I just imagine as you say 10, Porter starts counting on his fingers.
Guess who's got you there? But I'd like the cart.
All right, so we got cart but fancy, cart but big and strong, cart big and fat.
Even if I said no, I like it seems like we're getting the cart. So Nanashi just hit hands like Ryahn hit a portion of gold. You're the guy that normally pays for stuff. So
all right, caught by peer pressure. Excellent.
Democracy.
Truly.
It always works.
Until it doesn't.
All right, well, I'll see what I can do then.
All right, I got
the last piece of toast in my mouth and collect the gold to...
How much is we got to get like minimum 200. So how much is everyone putting in? If we split it evenly, it's 40. But
yeah, I was gonna say everyone put 40. It's not a big deal.
I can spot anyone who's short.
I don't think anyone's short. We did get a big payout unless someone literally spends all their money.
I still have 600 gold sitting on because most of my money I wasn't able to spend most of my money.
Yeah, that's.
I've got. Yeah, I was gonna pitch it. I was gonna pitch it in 50, just for the hell of it.
Actually, if you pitch in 50, I'll pitch in 30 because I need to go buy ingredients.
Yeah,
yes.
like I'll cover your extra 10 because I'll cover your 10.
All right.
All right. A wagon is 202. It is an easy negotiation check.
They also probably have tons of cars. It's a farming town.
Also, you're back
we
up to
have plenty to
5
sell,
story points again. If you really want to make sure.
No, it's a simple check, isn't it?
No, it's easy because remember, 0 is a number.
Oh, I thought it was 0, 1 is simple. Then
Yes.
Yes.
2, 3.
So 2 is easy, as I said.
Oh.
It is indeed 202. The words that came out of my mouth as I stare at it.
Oh,
in the
okay.
list.
I thought it was
English motherfucker.
All
I
right,
thought
2
I
successes.
misremembering the one that's 1.
All right, cool. See, Aren has real dice now.
Yep, I have lots of them.
So
He's
many.
done fucking around.
Technically, they're Star Wars dice, but
It's
It
close
works.
enough, it's okay. I mean, I rolled my GeneSys dice for Star Wars, so
All right. Paper.
okay.
As he
So
finishes.
2 successes. That's like 5% off.
Yes.
Which, in that case, can I only put in 39?
no, I'm going to actually.
No, you'll just get the money back.
Well, no, because I'm 739. I have
I'll spend a little bit
739
extra
gold.
just to get some segmentation, make sure there's so stuff doesn't roll around, to get some bindings and stuff. A few other accessories.
I mean, we all come with some with some rope and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but if
just,
he wants to eat the discount, we can probably just because 5% is not a lot. You can probably make sure that you've got some. I don't know. I guess partitions, probably some packing crates.
Oh, do you want to get a cover cart?
Yeah, we
Actually,
could have
this is
a
good question.
cover
Yeah,
over.
it can be. But by rules, the wagon can be covered or uncovered depending on what you like. So, do you want a
let's
covered
see
wagon?
here. I got flour. I got salt.
I think a covered wagon is smarter.
It probably is.
Probably doesn't
Barely.
matter right now, but when it
Oops.
starts raining or
Snowing, anything.
hot out, yeah.
You get a
The
nice
elements can be fairly cruel.
you get a nice canvas covered wagon.
Hang on, I need to
Milk,
milk,
Eggs.
eggs.
breaded eggs.
Let's see here.
Okay, I now have 699 gold.
Nice.
Peppers. We're gonna forage for
Oh.
meat. We're gonna need
Oh, yeah.
syrup.
Oh yeah, right.
I think that's
My
it.
dumb brain just either forgot or remembered. When I got my hand cannon last time. Did it come with an ammo pouch, or am I gonna have to scrounge up for one?
No, you didn't you got a triumph, so you got one for free if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
All right.
I believe
Yeah,
you
It's also
had
only
one.
25 gold, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure.
Okay, let me see
Very
here.
good.
So that's
There are things we need to make sure on, like how we all forgot that Dallas took a critical injury that should have persisted, but I do believe that Porter rolled a triumph and no successes on a medicine check against him, so it's fine.
it's fine. Everything's
Got
fine.
fixed.
I didn't take a critical injury.
Yes, you did.
You took
got
overpowered. Yeah.
That counts.
Right.
That counts for the system. That's
Okay.
the whole thing we forgot, but it's okay. Triumphs, you're fixed.
All right, let's see here. So I'm calling milks and eggs at 2 GP apiece.
After I purchase the wagon, I'll pay a laborer 1 gold to pull it over to the tavern.
All right.
Fair
I'm
enough.
Barely.
sure I'm
No.
not doing it.
Sounds about right.
Milk and eggs can go into the ice box. And then let's see here. Beans, peppers. How common are bean and peppers out here?
Oh, very common.
All right, then I'll put that shit at 2 gold too. And then syrup. I remember syrup was something more expensive. I can't remember how much though. I didn't write it down because I'm dumb.
I think when we talked about it, I said it should be pretty okay for a flask or two. The normal price, 1 or 2. That's your meal plan. That's the time we talked about hitting people with a swordfish. Yeah, it should be 1 GP for a flask of
Okay,
tree sap syrup.
then-
It's that and honey are going to be your primary sweeteners in this time period.
Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 gold. And how much would I have to spend to basically prep some sarnies for lunch? You think?
Oh, spend wise? Let me see. I think usually a a meal for one person is like 2 GP, but you're like doing the labor yourself.
So like 5 GP, you think? To split it down in half?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then I will spend the money to...
Yeah, that gets you probably a single loaf of fresh bread and fresh meat? Yeah, probably.
Probably. I'm not going to ask too many questions. It's like, I believe in the Porq way. What's good today? Something good. All right.
It's beef, and it's cooked. It's salted. It's fine.
Fine. Whatever. So, -9 for breakfast, for dinner and breakfast tomorrow. Oh, wait, and lunch. Well, actually, it's dependent on us being able to find some greens and meat out in the field, but I have faith. I have faith.
You have a
I have
ranger.
faith in myself.
Yeah, there you go. You got a ranger. You should be fine.
I also get a blue on this now.
You don't have to brag so fucking much, my dude.
What?
Is it bragging or is it assumption that we will indeed succeed a check? Because goddamn,
Sometimes.
P1 hates us.
I said one. I'll be right back.
That was a real have confidence, no confidence moment.
Yeah. Yes. Well, Axe has to remember he's not the only one that can, forage and hunt. So he doesn't have to bust into the conversation like, yes, I can do this.
But he is the ranger.
He is the ranger.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm great at fishing.
You are very good at fishing. How dare you?
Somehow.
With my 1 green dice.
All right, so...
Stop trying to do things blindly, but hey.
No! I refuse. That is literally my, character trait.
So I'm going to take these ingredients, and I'm going to try to prep some sarnies before we head out.
Toss them in the bowl, have them dance around.
The what?
Toss them in a bowl, dance around.
Wind Waker, toss them in a bowl, watch them dance around a bit, become a sandwich.
Someone play the fucking cowbell.
I don't have one on me, sadly.
Ah,
I'm more image like the Monster Hunter thing where it's like it shows the cutting board, shows them in the fly.
What's the difference? Just average.
Yeah, usually.
All right, let's see here.
And you get extra boost dice because of your cooking kit. It happened again.
Let's see how much D1 hates us tonight.
It's looking bad. I am gonna need some fucking real dice, I feel. All right, no, these aren't gonna turn out good. So no, I'm just gonna go buy another fucking buy another set.
No. You fail with advantage. They're okay.
Well, he doesn't. He just with advantage.
No. Yeah, that's fail. If you rolled no successes, you count as failing the check.
Yeah.
You do not succeed.
Gotcha.
You don't have any success to count for it.
So
it's a failure with advantage.
System.
It is. If this was like you said, I mean, you don't really pre-prep the breakfast per se because that's the milk and eggs is your base. The sandwiches are probably just like normal. They're a little bland, but they're edible because you didn't really fuck it up.
Fine. I will wrap them up and I'm gonna put them in the icebox.
Sorry, I'm just thinking of Porter now as like Cell from DBZA. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me a lot. And that one's still green.
It does bother me a lot. This is the thing I literally wanted to be the best at, and it's just like, no.
I don't even know why I rolled I understood that he rolled a fucking blank at you to spite you.
It's there's a blank face, Axe.
All right.
But it's the same as rolling a 1. God.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna load up.
It could happen.
I'm gonna load up the sarnies.
More barbarians with great axes.
My
perfect 12s.
My perfectly ordinary, not fucking cooking anime sandwiches. I die inside.
Wait, no. These dice are D12s.
Yeah.
I'm never allowed to. Okay, I'm never allowed to own physical
D12s.
dice.
They're D12 shaped.
I'm never allowed to own physical dice. Then I will break your game in half.
Why you only roll well on D12s?
I only roll well on D12s.
So you.
All right.
So if anybody doesn't know, boost and setback dice are based on D6s. The ability and difficulty dice are D8s, and then the proficiency and challenge dice are D12s.
Basically, if I ever have to roll the red dice, I will kill a party member.
Anyway, okay.
All
so
right.
you put your sandwiches in the box, and you have a cart.
All right, let's load up the cart with stuff that I don't want to fucking actually carry around.
All right, you got 50 slots, so everybody start tallying up now.
All right, so I have 2E from rope and some torches.
Just write it down, Axe.
All right.
Yeah, just write a big list and we'll do the math.
I was writing down some comments and I wrote down the term healing syrup and I was like, wait a minute.
How much E does a backpack add?
4.
to you?
4.
In that case, I have nothing to put in the cart. Because everything is canceled out by my backpack, so I have 0 E right now.
Well, you still have 4, but yeah, it's because it counts up
Well,
to
yeah.
threshold. But yeah, fair enough.
No, so I don't put anything in the cart yet.
Actually,
'Cause
this is important.
We ate that fish, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that was dinner
then
last
yeah.
night.
I have a question though. Morty, are you going to want lunch?
I'll just have a small bit,
All right.
not anything big.
Okay.
I will be social with people more.
Well,
more than
like I said, no,
anything.
you're being forced to join. You're being forced to join dinner. You will have a
Yeah.
first serving,
No, it's,
but
Mortis is very used to joining people for dinner with or for meals without actually eating much.
He politely nibbles.
Yeah.
flask of syrup. That'll last.
I don't know where it all goes. I try not to think about it, honestly.
Magic.
Magic, bitches.
I don't think we're going to need my alchemist tools, so I can just leave them in the guild hall, right? They got a place where I can leave this shit.
I mean, just put it in the
No,
cart.
You can bank it, or you can throw it in the cart, because that is what it's for.
Okay, well then,
Like I said, if you have anything you want to leave, jot them down. We'll figure them out in the cart. I noticed nobody is jotting them down, and I don't see anybody typing. So
I'm
I
typing
am
it.
finding the stuff.
I mean,
there it is now.
I already said what I was putting down, and I did write it down.
Yes.
Omega.
Yeah, which is nothing.
Exactly.
I marked all my gear ones if it's a card or not.
You don't want to carry your claiming gear on you.
I'm gonna put it back. Fair enough.
Yeah, I actually,
What if
you
you
know
don't
what?
mind?
I probably will store the bedroll. And how much does a bedroll weigh E-wise?
One.
Like 2? 1?
Yeah, I'll put a bedroll in there because I'm never going to use that. But it's good to have an extra bedroll.
Yeah. When we discussed purchasing the cart
Yeah.
for the team, I kind of imagined that everybody would throw their bedrolls in there because
No. Yeah, the bedroll was the
as discussed.
yeah.
Ideally, if you're camping out, you're camping with your cart you've just bought. If
'Cause
you do
here's
not
the
have your
thing.
cart when you're camping out, something has gone wrong.
No, the thing about the bedroll is that's the only piece of gear I don't technically need that I didn't sell.
Well, yeah, and it's one because you can sleep, and also it's probably a little creepy if you just stand still all night.
Well, yeah. Well, also, like, you can use a bedroll for other things.
True.
I wonder if I should put the adventure guide away, but
hypothetically.
I'm gonna keep this section.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
So put the milk, eggs, bean, pepper. Fuck it, I'll put the flour and the salt in the fucking icebox. I don't care.
You just have a
Rope.
mini fridge in the back of your cart now.
I do.
Rope, flint and steel, and torches I'm keeping, though. On me.
Let's see. I could get up to
Let's see
10
what-
if I remember correctly on this thing. So let me throw in the healing herbs in the icebox. I'll throw my dungeon rations in there as well. Why not?
It's true. That's not technically what the box is for, but it probably is like games where you've just got 10 slots and you just.
No, like honestly, I was really considering. It's like I could just literally stuff anything in here, but I was like, no, I'll at least keep it to food and food-like items.
Yeah, there's no rule that says you can't keep a sword in the icy box. It's just not what it's for.
There's no benefit there.
All right, so let me do some math on this fucking box here real quick. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that's 8 individual items. So that's the oh shit! I forgot about the assorted spices. How much for 2 pinches of assorted spices?
Just whatever spices you can get.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like I'm not looking for like a pound of pepper or stuff, but I'm maybe looking like for a little pepper, a little I don't know, ground garlic, maybe some cumin, some cayenne,
Some nutmeg.
yeah, because I plan on making chili and pork buns later, so I just want to put that spice in there.
Yeah, that's probably. Let's see. I'm trying. You guys made a lot of money. We'll say probably that's still on the higher end at about 5.
Makes sense. But I will.
But it's not it has not quite transitioned to luxury purchasing because it's just whatever cooking spice you've got.
All right. Well, that just changes this from that. Very well done.
Which is not technically allspice. Allspice is a specific spice. They just call it allspice because it tastes like 3 different spices. Yes, the spice lords were lunatics. The spice must flow, along with the tea and the opium.
All right, but I mean, I think with that, all that means is I put my icebox and my bedroll in there. So
yeah, everybody just throws in their bed. I'm just imagining you guys piling out of the tavern, just throwing your sleeping bags in the back.
It's like road trip.
Off we go.
All right.
Uh,
All right. But no, first
bedrolls, alchemist kit.
But no, first me and Morty must do a Rochambeau to see who pulls the cart first.
I assume the winner gets to pull the card first.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Do you guys want me to just randomize this, or do you want to actually figure out some way to play Rochambeau over Discord?
Let's do a D100. Whoever hires wins.
Right.
That's fair.
Go for it.
Let's go either way.
Pure chance.
Do it at the same time.
Oh.
No, he did roll.
That's a lot of failure.
I feel like I failed more, so you get to go.
No,
he rolled 100 difficulty dice.
Oh
so.
god. Yeah. So fucking. Yeah, it's Polly. D1D100.
Yeah, Polly for random dice.
Wolf pulls the card, it seems.
Yep. Okay. Morty gets first pull. All right. Fine.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
But
Nothing beats rock.
Let me see here. How much is this gonna be?
That's right. Lucky, tell me if this rings true to you. Porter refuses to acknowledge paper.
A little bit.
It's shears or rock only.
Well, listen. You can't block a rock with paper. Not with a single sheet of paper. If you had like 1,000 sheets of paper, maybe. But I don't got 1,000 hands to throw, so that makes no sense whatsoever.
You know, realistically, you're not wrong.
Dragonfire was always an option in Junkin.
Oh yes, let's play the lovely game of rock, scissors, paper, Dragonfire.
I imagine that's like the lizard Spock variation. When you choose to use Dragonfire, you just spit hot fire at the other child.
Or the gun variation.
It was really stupid, but it was funny.
I mean, technically, if you had an explosive rune on the paper, then maybe that would work.
It still wouldn't stop the rock. It'd just blow up the rock, and then you'd be covered with rock bits. You ever been covered in rock bits? They're quite stingy.
Yes. I lived under a rock for a while.
Anyway,
What?
I'm losing my voice here.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry, I must be too. No, I'm not gonna do that. I will just go and endeavor to talk like this. I will change my accent every game.
episode. We have the Reddit.
Yes, indeed. Wait, no. I have to do the Grand Theft Auto voice. I speak like this today to get in theme.
Please don't.
Why
We're
not?
gonna go bowling.
Nico, we go bowling.
Okay. Sorry, I had to rub my eyes. All right, so the stuff is in the cart.
Yay. All right, Morty's
The
gonna
sun
pull...
is pleasantly rising in the sky. The morning mist burns away. Morty can pull the cart first.
Yes.
So the rest of you gotta ride in the cart, or
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk.
I'm fine walking.
I will probably have my armor in the cart.
That makes sense. Strip down to your waist. You gotta look good while pulling.
I mean, yes.
I don't know. If Mortis
it does not look good.
Not look good.
Yeah, it does not look good.
I will not judge this man
advise
upon his
undershirt
stitches.
on.
I will judge this man upon his muscles.
Oh, you know, I am muscular as shit.
Fuck yeah.
But no, yes, I am a very heavily stitched boy.
Possibly want to keep the doublet on.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
okay.
just in case we run into any other passing travelers.
Well, you do have to cross the bridge that is blue. So.
All right.
You cross the border.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So.
I will keep my doublet on. That is probably a good idea.
You guys, get to pushing, get to pulling, get to walking. Any last minute, like I forgot this or that or the other thing before you go, because otherwise, your man Morty has to turn the cart around, which we don't want to do.
Did we throw? What was the extra weapons that we looted that we weren't able to sell? Do you want to drag
I
those?
believe you did not successfully.
Yeah. Do we want to bring those over, or do we want to leave?
And bow?
Do we want to leave them here, or?
I believe we had them stored at the guild.
Yeah,
we had the
hall. Do you want to
bank.
leave them there?
We're probably
I
not.
mean, we're coming back. We're coming back presumably to turn in the quest, right?
Mm-hmm. I would assume so. Yes.
Yeah, to let them know it's finished.
Yeah. So there's no way we could. Wait.
Plus, you're also coming back because there's one more quest here you haven't done yet.
Is there an area to sell stuff in?
No, we're going to a lord's manor, not a town. I made that mistake earlier myself.
No.
I was like, wait a minute.
No. So yeah, in that case, there's no reason to take that.
Does anybody wish to try and remember knowledge?
Is this a knowledge geography check?
No.
I'll try.
No.
I'm dumb. I probably don't remember.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take a whack at it.
All right, it is a hard no rules test.
Well, I'm about to bite off more.
Wait, I actually have no rules. I can make that roll. Well, actually, probably not. But I'm stupid. But I'm gonna try anyway.
I got no rule.
And we'll try also.
It's never just a good roll for me. It's either success with
this
failure
is,
or failure with.
Yeah, I mean, lucky you did the best out of all of us, though.
I know, but still.
Mine canceled out completely.
Hard rolls is hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so as it makes sense because of your backgrounds, you know.
Wait,
Nanashi
Ryahn, I don't think you rolled.
No, he rolled. He's rolling physical dice. Remember?
I'm using real dice because.
Oh right. That's right.
As we drift away from the robot. So Ryahn and Nanashi, you don't really recall anything particular about the House of Lagana or anything about Arcadia. You're not from the Polis League. You don't really deal with that across the border. And it's not really in your areas of expertise. Mortis, you don't really remember anything specifically about the house per se, or the Lord's name, but you've been around long enough and you hear some rando bits and bobs. You kind of vaguely remember, and at very least you can tell the difference because like I said, you've had a couple of mishaps and misadventures in your time.
Yes.
Technically, the House of Lagana is not a titled lordship. Their lands come from purchasing them with money the old-fashioned way and were not directly granted by the Grand Duchy of Arcadia. So they are rich. They are of noble heritage, but do not hold a title. So He is Lord Lagana, but not like, Baron Lagana or anything. It is a collection of, you assume, farm, homesteads.
I see.
Because you're reasonably certain you remember most of the local peerage from the last time you looked in a library, probably. Porter, you don't really go for all that fancy nobility and whatnot. So you don't know if you remember all the length and depth of the family history, but you do recall from previous conversations we had that the Lagana lands are close to Viridis, which is like a couple of days ride away from there. Mm-hmm. And from your many worldly travels, you actually recognize the name of Maya Lagana. Before he inherited the title of Lord Lagana, you remember hearing some rumors when you yourself were down further south around the Polis League that he studied at the Dueling Academy in Rosa, the City of Swords, and apparently also was a jouster there. So he had a little bit of a, fun boarding school adventure in the Polis League before settling down to his lordship. You're also pretty sure that means that he's not that old. Probably somewhere in his late 20s?
Late 20s, alone, probably really good with a sword. I think.
Yeah. And they're not traditional nobles. They're merchant nobles.
The Polis League is if any of you held truck with traditional structures of nobility, the Polis League is a little weird.
I mean, I'm from Viking land. I'm from Viking land, which I assume they hold their. This may be a racial stereotype, but I assume they hold their fucking lordships through battle. So,
it depends on the holding, but it's a lot. There's a lot less stratification in the Highlands.
Doesn't seem that weird.
There's like, hello, I am the Jarl. That's it. That's all there is.
Yes.
There was a High King, but he died, and we lost all his shit, so we can't have a High King again until we find the magic axe and probably a crown and maybe a third thing. There's usually 3 regalia.
Probably.
Yeah, more likely some sort of weird cloak.
Yeah, there's probably
or a hat.
Well, I said there was a crown already, so yeah, a weird royal cloak. Anyway, that's what you guys recall as you start pushing across the bridge. We've described it before, but it's been a couple of weeks. Blue Ridge is named because there is a large blue living wood bridge. It's made by the magic of the Alps, and it kind of arches high over the river, so flat river boats carrying cargo can pass underneath it. You guys join a decent amount of morning trade traffic. Obviously, you guys are clearly kitted out to be adventurers, not common merchants. So the carts and pack-laden oxen kind of give you a wide berth on the bridge where they can.
Oh, that's good.
Clearly they understand that you mean business. You do get to the end of the bridge, and there are a couple of guys in green dyed leather armor with spears who are operating customs up there, and they kind of look you over and says, "What's in the count?"
That's all. Well, actually, no, this is Ryahn thing.
Just traveling supplies for our trip. You can have a look if you want.
All right, then. One guy pokes his head in.
She's like, "Hey, what's up?"
All right, what is that? He makes a gesture like, an extra one. The guy takes a note on a piece of parchment with a quill. And anything to declare?
No.
I had a moment, and I suppressed it. I just want everyone to know that.
I just imagine a little loading icon over Porter's head. It just passes. All right, well, on your way then. Welcome to Arcadia. Don't cause no trouble. Enjoy your stay.
I will tip my invisible cap.
Da.
Thank you.
The guards will, nod their helmeted or cowled head at you.
I'm now just image this guy falling asleep on where he stands. I caught that finally.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
And so you go. Alrighty.
On the road again.
You would be singing songs as we're doing this.
Yes.
I mean, he is the guard.
He would be doing some rendition of on the road again, like in the back of the cart, I'm
not gonna say you can't sing, but I am going to strongly insist that you pick something a little less lyrical.
Gotcha.
Time for ambient music. He starts playing the lyre. It sounds like Spanish guitar for some reason.
Perfect.
Almost.
Route 1 for Pokemon, but on a guitar.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that remix somewhere.
This reminds me of a really dumb story from another campaign I've been in where a guy.
We don't need other campaign stories. We need stories on this campaign.
Yeah, we're working. Okay, I'm
Somebody
just
get a
debating.
master
It's not in
with
my
their
notes for
name with
any
Spanish guitar,
role. I mean, are you guys gonna try and short your cut? Like, are we gonna try and pick up the pace here, or are you guys fine following roads?
Da. Verily, we will go forward.
I don't understand what that means in this context. I am the voice of God.
I will probably leave it up to the person pushing the cart, since they're gonna have to deal with more of it than anyone else. So
I mean, I will attempt to go as fast as I can.
Okay. But you guys sticking to roads, team?
I mean, yes, I'm going to stick to roads. Not
Okay.
sticking to roads seems like a bad idea.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you've probably got directions mentioned in your little quest flyer. So, just Mortis, because he's pushing the cart. Give me an average resilience check, which is brawn based. If you don't happen to have any resilience.
All right. I don't
stamina.
know. I don't think I have resilience. I might though. Oh yes, I do actually.
Okay. It is an average check. To see if you can push P a little bit. Jurist.
No.
What?
No. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't really tire
Yay,
out.
dice!
Yeah, here we are. You don't really tire yourself out, but you are not able to, push in a cart with all your shit in it and at least one passenger. You're not really able to advance the pace any. You travel at the normal foot pace.
Jesus Christ.
Any speed you make going down slight hills is unfortunately deleted by the pace when you must then thus go up a hill. So it is
Hey, can I recover strain?
You don't have any because you've slept twice, but sure.
I recover strain.
As I said, that's you roll 4 advantage, so you're not really tired. It's just you can't really do anything to pick up the pace. You're pushing a cart on some roads. It is what it is, man. So, also, by the way, because this will be taking you most of the day, then I assume there is probably a brief luncheon break in here somewhere.
I will pass out the sarnies.
They're not the greatest thing you've ever eaten, but they're not gross or anything. Porter maybe should have inquired with the butcher a little bit about the freshness of his meat. It's a little salty, a little preserved, but, you'll live.
Mm.
I have this image in my mind. Leona goes to say something about the food and just looks at Porter and then doesn't say anything.
Porter looks very upset at these sandwiches.
I mean,
Yeah,
Ryahn does
that makes sense.
thank Porter for the food, so.
Yes.
I also, in particular, imagine Leona, you, in your backstory, if that's not come out before, you were lost in the Great Eastern Desert at one point. So, you have definitely had to eat worse.
Yes. This is solid food, but it's I probably won't talk about it tomorrow.
You can
this
tell that
shit's-
he's a little nettled.
This shit's fancy. As far as I'm concerned.
Anyway,
All right.
Porter will stop giving the stink eye to the sarnies, but I do want to get a little bit of foraging done before we arrive.
Sure. You are probably camped on the side of a road at a crossroad or something.
Yeah.
Is there a river nearby?
Well, there's the big river you guys just crossed. But...
Apparently I will attempt to fish.
And that's a ways back by now, so.
Like I said, I
There's probably some tributaries and ponds.
Like I said, I'm gonna try and find some greens because tomorrow I want to maybe add. I can add some veggies to the chili, and some for the pork bun. So
is fishing simple or?
I believe it's average for foraging
GPP?
normally. Yeah, 2 purples.
Gotcha.
You have
I
to type
forgot to do
roll this
roll
time,
again.
Dallas. No.
no fish.
In fact, take a strain. The fish, remember, they can bite you this time. There we go.
Nice.
Right.
Okay. I basically just want
Porter,
to.
you can find some wild veggies.
I would I will harvest just enough for chili tonight and hecking pork buns tomorrow.
Yeah, so probably wild onions, some leafy greens, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A few edible seeds or flowers if you want them.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty typical stuff.
Yep.
All right. In the meantime, Mortis is in a pond punching fish. It's not working.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have a great idea. I attempted to hunt the fish with magic, and froze the entire pond.
Yeah. It's a thin layer of ice, but it's a slightly unseasonable freeze.
Oi, Leona, a minute.
Yeah.
You think you can snag a couple of hares or maybe even a boar? No deer, because I don't think the bard likes deer.
Right, fair enough. I can try.
Appreciate it.
Roll your own survival check. To hunt.
Which picture am I on?
You won.
Probably
buddy?
tiring, but I get a lot of something.
Okay, yeah. Yes, you do take a strain because you got to chase him down. But yeah, you can probably bring back a couple of hairs, as Porter suggested, relatively rapidly.
Oh, nice. It will just...
Tie them all together to make it easier.
Well, when you kill them, they just turn into the drop, so you can just grab the meat drops.
Right. Yeah.
Bring that
Don't
back.
know why I'm forgetting.
It's one of those weird things about, we have to remember that we're kind of in an RPG kind of thing.
When you shoot a hare, it turns into, 2 tufts of rabbit fur, rabbit meat, rabbit bones, rabbit's foot.
Well, I mean, if we're going by the rules of
I'm used to where you take the drops
it's
out
still,
and you
there's still a
drag the people
corpse.
out.
It's just a generic pile of bones.
True.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what the pop into mats effect is. Is just it turns into a little pile you loot.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
if no
so
one has
pick 'em
use
up.
for if no one has use for the bones or probably. What happens when you leave drops? Do they just eventually dissipate?
Yes,
Okay.
eventually scavengers and vermin and stuff will pick them apart and either consume them or degrade them.
I'll take
naturally.
I'll keep a rabbit's foot though, because hey.
Why not?
The good old vulture.
I will actually take the bones.
Okay.
Of course you will.
Okay.
Reinforce
Or
your
maybe,
arms.
yeah.
Well, I will put the meats and the greens inside the icebox.
Yep.
And we're set for chili tonight.
I mean, you overestimate the durability of bones.
I mean, probably not. We've seen you take a few hits, Mortis.
I'm just imagining.
I'm mostly
angry
not
skeleton
bones.
noises. Clack, 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 clack.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I saw plenty when your chest got blown up at that one time, but
I think I caved in, not blown out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you saw it side by chest, you saw it was mostly glowing ethereal light.
Anyway, it's past the noonday hour. I'm pulling the cart now. You see,
Okay.
Porter says as he, strips down to the waist and flexes. Very manly.
I can't help but
Not
image
she wants
Porter
to try
doing.
something, but he knows Porter's gonna disagree with him, so he's gonna keep his trap shut.
I just image doing.
Smart. We're learning. We're all learning.
I'm just imaging Porter doing the Manderville pose of the Manderville salute.
Kind of. Just think of like various strongman poses.
Yeah, my
yeah.
my first
Titus.
thought is, of course, Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I default to the Hulk Hogan pose, but
You would, Wrestle Boy.
that's blame my childhood.
All right, but Porter will be pulling this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I will not be in the cart. I will not
Makes
be in the
sense.
cart.
Are you gonna take your armor out and put it back on
Yes.
now? Oh, okay.
I will.
All right. Well, Porter, you're a different guy. I guess you can try and make up time. Roll me an average resistance check.
Here we go. You say resistance or resilience?
Resilience. Sorry. Yeah. Your endurance.
Let's see here. So
As we destroy our
Yeah,
video
GG.
viewers with gifs. I hope you enjoy the gifs, internet.
I enjoyed Titus.
I'm sorry. What was the fucking check again?
Average resilience.
That was one too many G's, me.
What's your stamina like? Very good. Okay. All right. Porter could actually shave off a couple hours.
Listen, it's
You
all about
probably
posing
pushed a few carts
beforehand.
before. Yeah, you stretched first. You're limber. It's good.
Well, yeah, no. As strong as Mortis would be, he was rather stiff.
Yeah.
I just imagine that Nanashi just closes his eyes when Porter does his flexing. He's about to strum, then he's like, what?
I have no idea what you said, man. I really don't.
yeah.
You just
The
take
cart
off.
takes off.
Oh, there we go. That's what it was. It's like, and some music for the. Ah!
Yes.
I don't walk. I do. It's not that I run. I just do a brisk jog.
Yep. So everybody gotta work a little bit to keep up, or jump in the cart.
I mean, I probably don't have to work.
I mean,
without pulling a cart, I probably don't have to work that hard to keep up.
True, you have long legs.
Yeah, no. If Leona
Yes.
and Ryahn get in the cart, it'll be fine.
Ryan
I just probably should not be in the cart.
We'll probably hop in for short periods, but he does at least for part of the way walk, or jog.
I feel like Leona's more comfortable moving than sitting.
Yeah,
Also,
seems
Leona
about
is
right. You are
fairly
a ranger
large,
as
if
well.
I remember correctly.
Also, you're not necessarily have a lot of brawn, but you have a high agility in your build, right?
Yeah, it's 2 per round.
Yeah, you're probably sure-footed enough that you can hoof it alongside without like.
Ryan particularly jumps in the cart when we're going downhill.
Whee!
That is a smart idea.
Again, I don't want to take from Lucky, but I'm just imagining strongly if you do a downhill segment, Porter's the kind of guy who like his feet leave the ground, he jumps up on the front board, on the buckboard, and just rides it down.
I am stupid enough to do that. Yes.
Whee! Well,
I will
you rolled 3 successes, so it works.
Earth Mother, take
I will
us!
It
attempt-
works.
I will attempt to surf down the shoe.
Verna, take the wheel!
I was thinking Leona was doing some land surfing too there.
Failed, then you get to roll operating.
No, Verna takes the wheel. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll roll the fine.
Verna could probably
No, it's
actually
fine.
take
Okay,
the wheel.
so it's actually about mid-afternoon. The sun is low in the sky, but not quite that the reddishness of dusk yet. So it's still it's warm and bright. There's a cool breeze. The sun is very fresh upon the earth. You guys are passing by several farmsteads and fields. Do you want to stop and talk to anybody, or you want to move on to your destination?
I know where I know the fuck. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I was gonna say it couldn't hurt to kind of at least confirm we're on the correct path.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, like ask if it's stuff in the
Yeah,
area.
we're adding on the way to Lord Lagana's on our way to Lord Lagana's manor and stuff.
The people working the farm fields, because it's spring, it's farming season. They will be able to point you in the right direction.
All right. I do want to get a look at the fields, get a look at the fields. Does everyone look like that's okay here? Everyone doing all right?
Yeah, the ones you see here are all right. If you ask any questions about the boar situation, they might tell you that it's been happening further north, actually, which is kind of the direction you're going. You guys cross the bridge and kind of swing north to put an idea of where you're going. They said that they've been fine, but they know that some of the farms farther to the north have been affected.
Mm-hmm. Every farmer I talk to, every conversation I end with again the blessings of Verna upon you.
Right. They also make once again, don't ask me how the gesture works, but they make the sign of the horn circle.
Yes,
they're all farmers.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And in fact, with your shiny new holy symbol, they are probably quite happy to speak to you about just general things.
Listen, if I come across a farm, I have to make sure it's okay.
So, like I said, late-ish afternoon, there is a, plantation, I should say, not a plantain. That's different.
Banana!
There's a plantation-style house on the top of a slight rise. Solid manor house, 2 stories, large wraparound veranda. Looks a little bit more like a Lemurian-style villa than a Middlelands manor, but, there's this place here. You see a couple of barns and outbuildings, and then there are hilltop drains scattered around with everything surrounded by a wrought iron fence, which is occasionally topped with little wards and charms inscribed by various priests. I would like all of you, as you approach the fence line and the gate, to make me an average perception check.
I'm blind as I'm not blind as a bat, but
Which perception?
cunning.
Perception.
Oh,
Perception is a skill.
What's that based off of?
Cunning. Your ranger is cunning, and so they see.
I was like that one time.
Porter sees a fence.
I think to myself, is that a plankton?
Mortis also sees a fence.
I mean, I do slightly better than Porter.
Ryan got an advantage.
Well, kind
Three
of.
pro-
Feel the threat.
Cunning, so no, but nothing. That's 3 greens, right?
Yes, if your cut it is 3.
Okay.
You really notice anything in particular, but you're all right. Yes, rotate banana. Porter's thinking about plantains, not plantations.
Exactly.
Aren, what was your total? I didn't hear.
I got the same as Nanashi, 1 advantage.
Okay.
Wow, we are really ass tonight.
I mean, it's only our 3rd session. Wait till we actually get some skill levels.
Also, I would like to point out, all of you but your ranger rolled just green dice.
Well, no, I was more talking about other people.
I
not me.
had a yellow.
My result
yellow,
makes
okay.
my result makes perfect sense.
I do have 15 XP. I
Most
could
of you
just
are
drop
pretty
it.
casual at this.
I could just drop it in perception, but I won't.
But so, Ryahn, Nanashi, you're kind of looking around. You don't really make out the exact details. You do notice some, like I said, some little warding symbols and sigils on the iron fence. You notice that the couple of the fields are guarded by scarecrows, but you can't really see anything in detail. Leona being a little taller and more perceptive, shades her eyes with her hand and looks around. You can actually definitely see that on one side of the fence appears to be, maybe like a dozen or 2 dozen yards of fence is flattened out and knocked down, marked out with twine, and the neighboring fields look torn up or wallowed out.
Oh, I see.
So you are
Methinks
at
the
the
boar
front.
might be
Oh,
better.
Was there any, like-
Gate.
Is there any similar damage like this on the way here?
No,
Oh, okay.
the boar has come from the north.
Yeah, I think we got that from the farmers we talked to.
Yes.
Most of the activity was at the north.
And now you must face the most ultimate challenge of all adventurers. There's a closed gate. Woo!
I punch it.
Is it locked?
Don't punch it.
Clang, clang, clang. You already punched it. It's okay. It opens. It's not barred.
Well, at least it wasn't a gazebo.
Those are nice.
I was gonna make a joke about stopwatching how long it would take you to go, but Dallas does the other thing that player characters do when faced with the door, which is like, fuck it.
Punch it.
I was just gonna see if it was unlocked and open it, and then not just call someone to open it.
I feel like you
No.
go to gently push at the door, and Mortis is just like, shove.
No. You know that clip of Critical Role? I don't know if you've seen it, where they've spent like 2 hours discussing what's wrong with this chair. I am not that kind of player. I will
Yes,
punch
I
the chair.
have watched that part. Yeah, no, this.
Just
I will break
because
the
there was
chair.
interrogation here.
All right. Anyway, the gate is openeth. You can continue pushing the cart. And as you scooch along, you're walking along. From the skies, you hear a distinct caw, 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 caw.
Look up.
Glance towards the car.
Yes, indeed, overhead. Hold on. This, by the way, is why the challenge levels exist for NPCs, but also I refuse to do them because it's extra work to do back
Oh
math.
shit! I forgot to send you something. I'm sorry, Omega.
Let me eyeball. Yes, let us say 3. Arcadian magpies, a variety of giant corvid, are wheeling their way down towards the fields and also your general direction. Keep in mind, they're called giant corvids, but they're still 0, so they're big for a crow or magpie in this case, but they're not, they're large enough to attack children, not
I said it's like
necessarily
vulture-sized.
man-sized. Yeah, some of them might be great vulture-sized. But they kind of drift towards the fields, and you guys can actually see some of the scarecrows that some of your boys noticed earlier kind of spring up from their posts, draw their little sickles, and start waggling them at the crows. What will you do?
I mean, I know what this is
nothing.
out of character, but what I would know what that is in character. That's the question. What is the role to know fucking constructs? Dungeoneering?
Knowledge rules, maybe?
No, dungeoneering to identify mobs. Go for it.
Yeah, well, I don't have it, so...
I'll roll it. It'd be like,
I will definitely roll it, but I think I...
I mean, you
Do I
guys
get
understand the
advantage on this?
You guys understand the concept of scarecrows.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Do I get a bonus to identify constructs?
Yeah, sure. You have a particular specialty with this. You're familiar.
Get a blue.
I succeed with threat, of course.
I'll just see how I do.
I got 1 success.
This is a Western thing.
Yes, exactly. Leona doesn't know shit about it. Keep in mind, we don't all have to roll if it doesn't matter.
Why not?
Okay, all right. So that's
Heavy.
what happens. Okay, so Mortis, you understand the concept of constructs for reasons. It is a scarecrow. They're pretty common in the Highlands and Midlands.
Yeah.
You make a scarecrow, a straw man. Usually put it in, bound together with twine, and then affix an animation rune to it, and it can, get up and walk around and keep guard, and occasionally thump people with its sickle.
Yeah.
Leona, you don't know shit about scarecrows because that's not how you do.
But
rice
anything
fields.
about the birds?
Yes, you know a few things about giant corvids. There are a lot of species of them. They come in a lot of varieties. These are Arcadian magpies, which is one of the particular subspecies. But they are quite large, decently intelligent. They have a love of shiny objects, and are known to steal them. And they are quite dangerous when they swoop from the skies. And they do a lot of noisy bits. Let's see, and then stickers with threats. I'm trying to think what's the best way to color this. So, given your background, Nanashi, you don't really need scarecrows for like wine grapes, but you've heard of the concept before. Obviously, scarecrows for fields. But let's see. It's a little redundant because Mortis already vaguely passed, but yeah, you understand some of the concepts. You try and remember what is it about. You think, what was that again? There was something about fire. Are they strengthened by fire? Is that how that works? I don't remember.
Yeah, no. Gramps, I was like, Gramps never used these things, but some guy tried to sell him. Was like, good with fire? Fuck.
Anyway, one of the scarecrows, because they are mere minions, is brutally murdered by a pair of magpies that caw angrily. You watch his straw guts go everywhere.
All right, I'm gonna go shoot at the fucking crows.
All right, roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm not rolling. I ain't gonna go fight them. They're just crows.
All right.
After attacking the scarecrows, they will begin to savage the fields.
Would this be cool, or would this be, I guess...
Probably, yes. You were anticipating.
All right.
You made a conscious decision to shoot.
Okay.
Now, the question is, do I want to roll 3 separate rolls, or do I want to roll one and have
Of
them all
course.
go?
It's just funny.
Okay.
Yep.
And we'll mix it up. I'll have them roll each their own. So roll, yeah. I get a lot of variability. Okay, about as well we can do with one die. looks like 1 PC, 2 PC. NPC, PC, NPC. Is Ryahn rolling?
No.
Okay. All right. A perfectly balanced encounter.
I mean, Leona, I think you have to go first because my character literally won't intervene until he sees you go.
Okay.
All right.
How far were they?
Let's see. It's a big field, but they're not like huge. Let's say we'll say medium. Because you are ranged, so you would draw and fire from your distance. So
Yes. So I guess in this case, quick draw, aim, shoot.
right. They have no defense or anything.
Huh.
Okay.
They're kind of minions, or are they all like?
No, these are rivals.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
This is why they brutally murdered the Scarecrow.
I have sure. This is 8 pierce 2.
Okay. So that will be minus 2. That is 6. You get a notepad to track. All right, and you have advantage in triumphs.
I'm gonna heal a strain, and I'm going to then crit with that. I think.
Okay, go for it.
So I think just crit.
I can tally up.
Yeah, that's gonna be important. All right, yeah. So, Leona just as a quick draw snapshot flies, and as one of the corvids is one of the magpies is settled on top of the poor deceased Scarecrow, just clips him right in the wing. Kind of angrily sidles back and forth, kind of starts fluttering and hopping angrily towards you. You still have your maneuver if you would like to do anything.
I already aimed.
Oh, you did aim. Okay. Right. All right. So,
I'm
you
not
don't
gonna
want to take
push
a second maneuver then, right? Yeah.
No, I have
All right.
sidestep. So
It's another PC slot.
All right. Card, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Sure. No, wait. You go first. That way you could draw crow aggro.
Okay.
Aggro.
I'm going to take out my nifty new implement. I'm going to aim at the crows because I assume they're grouped up.
Yeah. Currently, they're probably grouped up.
So a blast will hit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm adding free blast because.
Yep.
I mean, why
Awesome.
not?
The rod of blasting.
Literally, why not? And then do I want to add anything else?
Well, you need
Not
to add range
real.
once because they're at medium range, or you
Yeah,
need to
I will
move.
add
So you can
range.
move up one.
No, I'll just add range.
Yep. So that makes it an average check.
So it's just YYGG.
Do you also actually want to take aim? Because we had this conversation. You can. It's technically a combat check. You can aim for a. Yes.
Oh, what is that?
Advantage to trigger
What
blast.
does that do?
Adds a blue die when you aim.
Yeah, I will aim.
Get that blue. We also have story points. Don't forget.
Yeah. And you will see that basically circulating around the little scepter that he has is this arcing energy of ice and lightning, and he's just going to fire that out. Because I will now use my new arcane score.
Sails. Of course. Sounds a little bit like a firework going off.
There's
No,
two
I will
advantage.
trigger the blast with the 2 advantage.
Okay, so your primary damage is what's your int?
Okay, my int is 2.
Okay, so that would add 2
My-
more damage, and then how much does a rod add? Is it 2?
It's 3.
Okay, so
I
that's
thought it was 4.
5.
think it was
That's a
No,
staff.
staff is 4.
Okay.
No, staff is 4. Rod is 3.
Okay, so that would be 7 damage before soak.
Is it?
Are you going to aim for the one that Leona blasted? with the arrow.
I mean, yes, that would be the epicenter of my blast, but
Okay.
it technically hits all of them.
4, so that's 3. Yes.
Well, they have to be within short of each other.
Oh no, it is right. It is only-
engaged
true.
actually, but I said they were grouped up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
you don't
but it
get
is,
short range blast there. So what's your no rules?
My no rules is 1.
So it is blast 1. They are not really harmed because they have soak.
Okay, that's fair.
Right, so it's only 3, yeah.
There's a little frosty blast. Some of the wheat around the Scarecrow and the corvids is flattened by this puff of cool air.
Porter just visibly went.
But I still do damage to one of the corvids.
Yeah, no, you blasted him right in the face. That one's very cross. They're kind of
still alive,
hopping
yeah.
up off the ground and flapping and angrily cawing at you, as
this-
a couple more scarecrows kind of just sidle through the woods towards them.
Oh, they're chunky.
I'm curious, Dallas. Does Mortis use any incantations when he's casting his spell magic?
Yeah, he would.
Okay.
He would definitely be speaking in like I don't know what the in-universe
think about
equivalent
it.
to.
You can think about it later, but I was just kind of curious.
But
'cause
yeah,
you never
no,
mentioned-
he would be.
Okay, I was just wondering.
This one specifically is arcing rhyme.
All right. Okay. It is now time for birds.
Burb.
All right, and then. All right. And let me actually double check.
What have you
how
gotten us
far it's
into?
phrased.
Oh, it's a combat encounter, so combat, obviously.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I know we're kind of being a little hesitant about it, but I do not imagine that you guys would have actually driven your cart right by this guy's whose job you're about to take's fields as crows murdered his security guards and tore up his fields. We would have probably gotten here eventually.
Yeah.
Though I don't know. One of you might have decided to just like do magic to make a loud sound or something.
Yeah, no, I was
Leona
just
decided to shoot a bow.
yeah. That's why I'm not into combat. I was just thinking we either like give them some food to make them go away, or just try and scare them off. They're just crows.
But
But
I mean,
we're here.
Also,
we are
murdering the
here
thing to
now.
try to
Yes.
kill us, I don't know. I thought they
so,
would care of
what am I
his
doing?
faction.
Like, listen.
Well, you were thinking of lowballing them, but that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Alas, you found that enemy you can't one-shot anymore.
Like, if things go poorly, I'll step in, but
I am used to this, so I'm okay with that.
I mean,
by
once
the
you
way,
guys
I will
actually
make my.
start, once you guys
I
actually start
won't-
applying damage, this will probably be fine. It's just
Yeah.
right now, it's fairly like Mortis did pretty good for spell casting for once in his life, but he's still
Yes,
not
I know.
optimized for
I'm
that.
so
Yes,
happy with it.
so it's not a lot of damage, but it's okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for GeneSys because I want to read the section on flyer because I want to know if this guy gets extra movement or if not, because otherwise they're just gonna like approach you menacingly.
just crow menace. Is there an innocent? Is there? Hang on.
I feel like there's several. You are the crows, so you have several menacing crow gifts around.
True.
Yes, this is a little bit like what it's like. Open me rulebook. Sorry for the delay, folks. I'm just pulling up a PDF, and as usual, there we go. Thank you, Adobe. Let's see. I believe it's always referenced as pays 100 is the flyer rule. Flying. Can fly.
Crow just coming up to you like,
Can hover. Creatures that can fly. Stay aloft. Follow the same rules. Terrain.
I've thought it. It's like I just kind of thought.
Yes.
Of being
Okay.
like,
So most flying creatures can move from short to long with a single maneuver.
damn.
Become speed. So the wounded corvid #1 will just.
Oh, by the way,
swoop.
I would.
Good.
Since she's right next to me, would it have been an action to position myself in front of Leona, or can I just have done that?
Yeah, you could probably just sidle narrative.
crow gonna bite you like, yeah.
since you didn't hit it last, it will attempt to hit you. So it is going to dive and swoop at you. Roll.
Swooping season, bitches.
You have 1 defense, right, without your shield out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And since I didn't know they would be this fast, I did not draw my shield.
Oh, makes sense. All right.
But he's better get ready to hit me once I draw my sword and shield, because that's going to be an issue.
Alrighty, we do get you. So this will be 7. That will be 9 total damage because they get a +2 damage on their very first attack in the encounter. It's also where the boost die comes from with their dive attack. And this is Pierce 1, so it ignores a single point of your soak.
I will parry this.
With your rod? I guess that works. It's a melee weapon.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Activate parry. All right.
Yeah, I will activate parry.
I had to think about it, but no. Yep, that works.
Interpose rod with beak.
Yeah. How does parry work again? Sorry.
How many ranks in parry do you have?
I have 2.
Remind me, guys. Is it 2 or 3 plus ranks?
I thought it was like 3 plus rank. But
No, it's 2. It's 2 plus ranks because you have the first ranks, which brings it up to 3. So you trade it equally. So it's 3. So he should be able to take 3 strain for to remove 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yes.
Yeah, so you reduce the damage by 4. Before soak. So that reduces it to 3, which probably doesn't do it even with Pierce 1.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That I have soak 6. So.
Yeah, so basically you put the rod in front of your face that catches its talons, and it tries to peck at you, but you're wearing plate mail now, and even though this is a big bird, it is not that big of a bird, as its beak kind of clank, clank, clank off your chest plate and shoulders.
Clearly, the crow just thinks you're shiny and wants your armor.
It will spend those 2 advantages to give you a black die on your next action, because holy shit, there's a giant magpie attacking your head.
Ah!
Oh my god. What is it with you and your face?
Large bird.
And now the second one will go. It will fly on up, and it will go around. Obviously, the tall, shiny one is occupied. It will attempt to peck Leona.
I don't have
roll.
dodge, sad. Well, shit.
Not yet.
I have.
Papa.
I don't have a defense.
You don't have any defense or anything, right?
I don't yet.
Okay, we're just gonna roll dice.
I'm just gonna get murdered.
Indeed. So that will be 8 damage then.
I will parry.
You need your shield out to do that, I believe.
No.
For the
I don't believe I do for bulwark. It just says if I'm engaged with an ally, I can parry for them.
Let's see here. Let's double check that just to be sure.
I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain.
While wielding a weapon with the defensive quality, you may use parry to reduce the damage. So you would need your sword or your shield out. You cannot do it with the rod. All right, so Leona takes the damage.
8 pierce
But you
1?
still take the damage. 8 pierce 1.
Okay, so that is 6. So I'm now at half my threshold.
As a, it's a pretty big bird. Does like a sweeping, diving claw across your shoulders. Ah!
Should go for my abdomen more. That's actually exposed. Damn.
Well, unfortunately, that's lower down.
Fair.
Also, you got to remember, you have to remember how armor works. Even if you have a chainmail bikini, somehow the hits will always go to the bikini.
Yes, that is actually canon. It doesn't matter what the armor looks like. It's just it has the armor effect. Though I do note that actually wearing a chainmail bikini would be uncomfortable, so consider some underlayers.
Yeah, no, seriously. That always got me more than the practicality part of it.
Steel rings are not meant to go against bare
man.
skin.
Yeah, there being no underlayer was the problem, really.
Anyway, that's basically both of the bird actions. It is now Nanashi's activities.
All right, well, okay, it's gonna sound like a dumb question, but like, what other stat does gunnery go off of? Because gotta try firing the gun.
Handguns are ranged.
Okay, so
Agility.
Yeah, it's
okay,
energy based.
Okay. So yeah, the bird that's trying to peck it.
Well, so how much
sure what I
repair
shoot
does
so
a
it's
handgun
engaged?
have? Also, yeah, they're engaged with allies. You might shoot them in the back. I don't know if you want to,
Hey.
with your first ever bullet, if you want to go that route.
You know what? Never mind. Like, yeah. He thinks I was like, okay, time to test. 8.
I mean, there is a third bird.
You do
right?
quick draw, right, or no?
That's
Oh.
medium though. He would need to
Is
go
there a third
away.
bird, or is it just
Yeah,
two?
there's a third bird. It's not moved yet. It's coming later.
Yeah. I would
Yeah, but
recommend
see,
shooting the third bird.
yeah, but see, it's just like, you know what? Like, Father, it's like, no, not gonna waste the bullet just in case I hit away you guys in the back of the head. So instead, I'll take the straight and just dissonance the bird attacking Mortis.
Roll your
Oh.
dissonance check.
Balls.
No. That cancels out.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. I need to add that other guy. That one guy took a. The bird, by the way, that Leona and Mortis bullied is not looking great.
Is that the one that's biting me, or the one that's biting?
Yes, the one that's attacking
Leona?
you is that one. Yeah.
Okay, so I can ignore
because
that
it takes
one.
a strain, which is a wound, because it's a rival. It doesn't have a strain threshold. It takes a wound every time it does something, thanks to that crit. So.
Yeah.
There's also some rogue feathers and bird blood have spattered you, Mortis, because it has an arrow in its side. All right, that was your action, Nanashi. Any maneuvers you wish to do? Moving.
Yeah, like he's gonna just take cover of the cart. Just nope.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's see. You're in the cart.
I mean, there's enough for him to engage with me as well.
Yeah, no, I think the third bird will swoop up, and it will also once again attack Mortis.
There is enough room for all of you.
It gets a setback die, but it gets its last boost die. Nope. Okay. We'll spend those 2 advantages to give you another black die on your next skill check, Mortis, as you were being
Okay.
harassed by 2 large birds. It is now top of the round. Unless,
I will
throw
go.
out, unless Ryahn or Porter want to intervene now that their friends are being.
My blood is now on the
I
floor.
will
will-
now enter the fray.
Same
Roll
here.
your initiative checks. It should be cool because you waited.
I did.
I really thought your ideas were just do nothing and ignore it, and it's like
No, I literally said, like, once shit starts going bad, then I'll intervene.
I mean, I was gonna.
I meant
ignore it,
before
but
we started the whole fight, but yeah.
Well, he was a little nonplussed, but I played with the narration a little to see if I could get you guys into a specific action, and we went on. Damn. Okay,
Much
well,
as you roll, dude.
so that means that there's 2 more PC slots at the front now before the birds go, because that's a lot of advantage. Actually, no. One of them rolled a triumph, so it would be a PC. The one NPC with a triumph. PC, NPC.
Let me just grab the blurb and you can tell me how to edit. So
Let's see here.
Okay. As I feel like I'm engaged with 50 birds, may I request the first slot? Or
They
is
are
this?
engaged, so I
or
don't know if.
Do they get on this round? I don't know how.
No, they're gonna get in this because they decided to get in, but it's a question of if they want to act right away, because I think it makes sense for you to act.
Yeah, no, we got, like, I want to get in probably before the bird so I can probably heal Leona, but...
You've got
Yeah.
3 slots now.
Yeah.
So
Well, first I'm going to use my maneuver to engage defensive stance.
okay.
And then I'm going to, as a free action,
Sword.
I'm going to draw my sword and board, which means my defense is now 4.
Well, you draw sword or board. Those are 2 separate items, buddy.
Oh, they are?
Yes. You can't ready. They're both weapons. You can't ready both at once with quick draw.
getting pretty quick draw for that, which is entirely different.
Problem.
You could spend a second maneuver.
No. I draw my shield.
All right, fair enough.
Give him the
And I'm
walk.
gonna whack the one attacking Leona. Because it's a club.
So you're just gonna spin around and fucking beat
think
his
that's
ass.
4
All right, go for it.
blacks.
Whack a
It's like
spunkus.
The shield has it accurate, so hitting them with the club is probably better.
Yeah, no, trust me, the club is better.
You do the thing I always do with my Final Fantasy Tactics mages. This guy's too close. I'm out of MP. What do I do? Just gotta hit him with my stick. Clang.
Engage, whack a spunkus.
You still have 2 blacks from the bird. So.
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
you do add 2 black, but that's the only modifiers. It is otherwise an average melee light check.
Oh, nope.
You
Type
got
roll.
to type roll, buddy.
Gypsies. Nice.
Success 2.
What's
commence the
base damage
Wacky
on a
Spunkus.
club +1? That is the
I believe
wrong
it's
tab,
plus
me.
2.
It might be plus the table.
Club is +1.
Club is
Oh.
indeed +1. So your brawn is 3, so that would be 4 plus
6.
Yeah. Okay, and that is a new crow on Leona. So it soaks some of that, but it takes a round bonking to the back. It kind of like flutters away from her and looks back at you, a little annoyed.
Yeah.
Kind of like, oi, what's going on here?
And then I will strain to do an extra maneuver.
Okay.
I will challenge.
That bird specifically, I assume, because the other two are already
Yes,
beating you up.
the
Alright.
one that is not engaged with me.
Okay.
You know what?
What do you say to the bird to challenge it?
Your mother was a chicken and your father smelled a fish.
No. Your mother was a cuckoo.
Oh.
You know, giant corvids are a little intelligent. You feel like he understood that one because it just kind of it like spins to sit on Leona's like top of her head and look at you angrily.
I was trying to think of like what is the worst bird. And I
Oh,
think
it's a
cuckoo-
dodo.
All its feathers. All right, next PC slot because Dallas has done all of his activities.
I
Yes.
will go.
Okay.
I will sigh dramatically, but I will move. That is a good question. How far is Leona? me?
You're all around the card, I assume.
I haven't
so
moved.
probably
I never
short.
should like move different ranges.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, I thought they moved up. They're close enough.
No,
I
no,
know.
none of them moved.
Yeah.
The birds moved to you. The
Yeah.
only person who technically took a maneuver to move is Nanashi. Took cover inside the cart.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
put the cover over himself.
It's a smart move.
No, I underestimated how fast the birds would be.
I did too.
Well, that's why I had to double check.
But if we're all engaged with each other, I will reach out and I'm gonna give Leona the heal. I don't agree with shooting first, but I can't let you go down from it.
I don't agree with shooting first either. That's why I let Leona shoot first.
If only the,
I don't
the-
take
the-
okay
the
with like
horrible
with
deceased-
slaughtering innocent constructs.
Yeah, but to say if only the Scarecrow could speak
Yeah.
as he lies in shambles on the floor.
Well, that just means the Scarecrow wasn't strong enough.
I mean, it was.
Tell
it
the
was,
Lord
to
it
invest
in
was
better
being ganged
construct.
upon. I mean, it was being ganged up by 3, so I don't know.
Okay, I don't know if I agree with that one.
Let's see here.
The other two Scarecrows are slowly jogging their way through the fields in your direction.
Let's see here. My healing starts as a game. It's just a single P. That's what it is. Okay.
Starts at easy, I believe.
And I have no bonuses, but healing
I'm-
things let me do nice things. So.
Is me being half my threshold affect at all?
No.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
I don't
what's
know.
it
if-
trying to do? Does it double it?
No, it won't double it. I think one of the things I can do is I can add. I can add a new effect. I think, but the weird thing about healing is it doesn't have a lot of extra Gibberly bits. It really
Is there
doesn't.
like regeneration or like?
No, it's like
No.
No. It lets me. Do you have any Do you have any crits on you?
No,
Do you have any negative conditions on you?
not yet.
Are
no,
you
he has a
dead?
debuffs.
Not yet.
Then no, I can't add anything.
No, healing is very straightforward. It fixes you.
Fair.
All right, so that's 2
Plus,
plus your healing, your casting.
I believe so, and then +2 for using my healing, my holy symbol, not my healing
Okay.
symbol, my holy symbol. So that will
Kinda the same
be
thing.
7.
All right. All right.
Oh, that's all. That's all of it. Damn, I'm back to 0.
just kind of
Dude, all my
Omega-
flashbacks
Leona
together.
on the back as golden green light kind of shoots up from the ground.
I do have a question, Omega, for future reference. Is there a penalty to casting spells while wielding a weapon in your offhand?
I believe you're supposed to have a free hand as part of the penalty.
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't have a free
God,
hand,
I need
you're-
battle casting.
Yeah, if you don't have a free hand, if you can't speak, or if you're in heavy armor, I believe are the 3.
Yeah.
ones that give
Yeah,
flags.
I need battle casting so badly because that literally removes all of them except for
Oh,
the
you're
speak
you're
one.
close to getting it.
If you're unable to speak, it's actually 2 black.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one battle casting does not fix.
You have to go mime if you want to fix that one, I believe.
That's funny.
Does that?
Well, you don't need to speak to mime. Duh.
Oh my god, Nanashi could get that, and then he could just make sure his gun is silent, so you know how it just shoots and the sound comes out.
That is a thing that could be rigged with verse. Anyway, all right. Porter, any further activities you wish to do after Healy bopping?
Are all the crows engaged now?
Yeah, they're all in there.
Damn it. I don't think there's much I can do yet. No, I will wait. I got nothing else to do.
Right. Okay. PC slot the third.
I wanted to go do a thing, but if Ryahn wants to do something, I won't stop, but I would like to...
If you want to do something, go ahead.
Because can I disengage from the bird with me and shoot that?
Yes, there's no penalty if you wish to take a disengage maneuver. You can back up.
All right, cool.
I will warn you that Morty hit it with a stick, so he is engaged now. It's all.
Don't worry about it. Just don't.
All of them?
Yes.
Just don't worry about it.
Just
shoot it.
Okay.
I've taken no wounds.
Also, will you actually hurt him with this fucking plate mail? Who knows?
No.
I've pierced
Anyway,
2,
yes.
but even then it wouldn't probably only do like 3
Morty
wounds at
shouts,
most.
"Shoot!" For some
Remember
reason.
the difficulty's upgraded.
Yes.
Right.
But it's one single red die then, because it's short.
Let's see,
It's just something that my group have often forgotten about. So
I
didn't
just didn't think it was engaged. So my bad.
I mean, he hit it with a club.
I'm literally telling you to do it.
Okay.
The consequences are on me at this point.
I'm just gonna. I'll take 2 strain to aim.
All right. Just draw back. Nope.
Nice.
It's a fuck ton of advantage. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, what's
I'm
your
crit 3, so yeah.
your best damage?
That's 8 pierce 2.
Okay. Oh, that's produce their.
How you hit the 2 strain I just took?
2. That leaves 2. So that was what? That was 8, right?
Yeah, it's 8 pierce 2.
6. That one has 8 wounds. Thump, ching. Catch it pretty good though. It's a fairly big bird. You can heal your 2 strain. You got like 3 advantage left then.
Yeah, it's crit 3 on this, so I'm gonna do that.
All right, go for it.
It's the new bird, right?
Yes, this is the one that attacked you. That was separate from the one you shot originally.
That doesn't
Fearsome wound. You scar its beak.
Ooh, yeah, that's an
no,
interesting
will
angle.
not be able to attract the other crows. Lady crows.
Its presence is harmed. It's all of its one presence and willpower checks are more difficult. Oh no. I mean, technically that matters if it rolls cool, but it already rolled initiative. All right, okay. Oh, actually, I could have activated their special ability to steal some shit from you, but it didn't make sense. They were far away.
Also,
yes, that's right. Giant corvids literally have an ability, if they roll triumphs in initiative, to steal your shit. But I don't think it makes narrative sense to spend that way.
I could spend 5 to get sticky fingers right now, but that's not where it wouldn't apply, so does it matter?
No. Also, it wouldn't be you. You didn't roll the worst, I don't think.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you did. You only rolled 2 advantage, so it would be you. But I don't even know if... I also don't think you're carrying anything on you other than your book.
The book, some climbing gear, and then my ammo, and then, yeah.
I guess they would try to steal your climbing
I guess they
gear.
take the oil flasks I have on me?
Anyway, I didn't think of it at the time. I thought it was a different rule, but like I said, it didn't make sense. Anyway, you give him the thumpus, and that's all your turn. So
okay,
it is
time
now
for me to go get eaten by birds.
Yes. Let's see. I think the one that Leona just attacked that attacked her previously will go. It will ignore the challenge, having been shot with an arrow. It's a simple creature, and it will re-engage her. It will take the 2 black dice on this.
It will take the 2 black dice. So.
And it doesn't have a boost anymore, so we just All right, I have 1 more yellow.
These things are good their attack die.
I wish you hadn't disengaged, but
Oh, it does matter.
Yeah.
It gives Leona 2 black dice as it swoops over her head. I think mechanically it's just a steel bow.
Oh.
With recurve limbs.
Yeah, no, because he said. I'm just curious. Could have swore he bought some new kind of bow, but I was like,
No,
No,
he put recurve limbs on it.
oh, that's what it was.
So it is a slightly fancy bow, but the materials are normal.
All right.
I think he also tried to. I think she also tried to buy another bow, but
Oh, maybe that was it.
I know. I tried to buy
Sell the
arrows
bow.
for it. I tried to buy special arrows.
right.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't your bow be doing something different? I was like, hang on.
No.
It's the Reaper bow, but I also tried to sell that. And I think it didn't
Okay,
work
that's
out.
what it was. Okay.
A lot of selling things did not work out last time.
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
hard
all right.
checks are hard. Who knew?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I'm yawning. I shouldn't. We've only been doing this for like an hour and a half, or maybe
Yeah.
we're like an hour 45. Anyway, hour 40. Split the difference.
Come at me, birds.
Anyway, that one whiffed. It is now another PC slot. It does give Leona the one black to remind everybody.
No,
now it's another
you
PC
gave
slot.
no. You gave her 2 black dice.
No, one. It's 2 advantage.
Oh.
It's 2
okay.
for 1 on a targeted person.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right, Ryan will go.
Okay.
I will cast an attack spell, my standard lightning from the sky spell, to strike the corvid that is injured, attacking, or the one that's really injured. Finish it off.
Okay,
Try and
sure.
finish it off. Upgraded to red because they're engaged with.
I am also fairly
Mortis.
certain that happened. That's okay. Ryahn is going to attack COVID, everybody. He is the vaccine.
I'm not even gonna touch that.
Okay.
How we
Is
doing
that
here,
bad? Am I dead?
No. I have 6 successes, 1 disadvantage, and 2 crits.
2 triumphs. Jeez. Okay.
Yep.
How
So
many
you
yellow
can't
dice? How many
spend
dice?
triumph to crit.
How many?
I rolled 3 yellow dice and 2 blue
Oh.
against 1 red.
2 blue.
Yeah, I have my white ash staff.
Oh.
He did succeed at his purchases last time. He was the only one, so
Ah.
No. My armor
that's also
worked.
true. Yes, you got armor. Okay.
But I also
All right.
just
So what's
bought
your
basic armor.
basic damage on that?
That would be 14 damage.
Okay. So that's as much as they. I mean, they're soak involved, but that's as much wounds as they have. So yes. Thunder crashes from the sky. Lightning lances out and just strikes this bird that is harassing Mortis, and just krakow. It
Did
like
you roll a
flashes
crit, or
its
did that
skeleton a little
matter?
bit, and then it just
I mean,
it turns
sounds like
into a
it's already
pile of
dead,
scorched
so-
feathers
Oh,
and,
it's
and
mobs,
bones.
okay.
Good shot,
So-
Master Ryahn.
Wait, the white ash gives 1 blue. Where'd the second blue come from? Did you aim?
He aimed, I
I
believe.
aimed.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He's not moving.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he just leans out of the cart and fucking shotguns a lightning bolt.
Terrifying.
Hey, you know
like,
what?
oh,
You know what
they're
happens when a
closer than I
giant corvid
thought,
is struck by
yeah.
lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Any bird that gets struck by lightning.
God, that is still one of the worst ad libs of all time.
What?
Axe is too young to have seen the original X-Men or remember it.
I never liked those movies. So I don't
Happy.
care.
Well,
Hey, we back in the day, Axe, we took what we could get.
look,
I mean, I think
I will
I
defend
just stopped-
X2 is a good movie. I'll defend that one to the death.
They should have.
X1 is
Well, you don't like Wolverine, carving his way around the fucking horn of the Statue of Liberty?
I did watch Wolverine Origins and the Sherlock Holmes movies.
So I believe
Okay,
it's
Okay,
Sherlock Holmes movies
wait.
are unrelated. Those are good, but Wolverine Origins is
yeah. It's like,
painful.
Listen, the only one you need to watch and actually enjoy is Logan. That's it.
look,
Correct.
Logan is a good Western.
I'll say this.
No, I'll say this. First Class is also pretty good.
I do watch
have
First Class
bad
as well.
I unironically have bad taste. I'm such a big X-Men fan that I unironically enjoy Last Stand. But that's about as far as I'll go.
That stands weird. Anyway, that bird is delete. So you have, what was that, 2 triumphs left?
Yeah. I'll
Can you pass upgrades?
Yes. There's no specific chart for magic, so he can be like, I give you the upgrade.
I'll give an upgrade to who hasn't gone yet?
Mortis and Nanashi have not acted yet this round.
where's
No, I have Mortis. I have.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, just Nanashi then after you.
I'll give it to Nanashi.
All right,
Oh.
you going to give him 2 upgrades, or you going to pass one out to somebody else? Because they don't go
I'll
away.
pass
whenever
one
they act
out
next.
to
Can you pass one to me? Because
yeah.
I'm
that's
probably gonna go first next because I assume I'm still gonna be eaten by crows.
fine. Yep. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, where was my initiative table?
And that was 2 string.
That hadn't acted yet, so we will scooch to the last one from the list, because why the fuck not? That means that one will go. So the unhurt one. You know what? It's unhurt. It doesn't need effect of this. It's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna run away there.
Yes.
It's gonna go. It can move from short to long in one movement. It's just gonna disengage in full move. It will look at the burnt remains of its ally and compatriot, its possible lover. It will caw derisively at Mortis, and it will fly the fuck away. Bye.
Up yours too.
Man, I guess if we just asked Ryahn to lightning bolt it, they would run the fuck away, I guess.
It's very loud and very bright.
I mean, I tried the lightning. I'm just not as good as Master Ryahn.
No, I mean, I feel like there was a little bit of the axe has a gun overconfidence here.
Yeah.
To me, it was more of I have to do something, so what's the other thing I could do without like directly hurting myself? The process.
It's fair. It did get you hurt though. I feel like you underestimated a little. The giant corvids are pretty beefy. To be fair, I said there were 3 of them when I thought all 5 of you would fight right away.
Mm-hmm.
That anyway, maybe I should have been
don't
more.
try to shoot first. It's just it's just like
if they had probably been attacking the fields like right away, like destroying them, like you said they did after the Scarecrow.
Yeah. No, the point is the Scarecrow jumps up first, and then they start fucking with stuff.
Yeah.
But Leona decided to shortcut that a little. Like I said, I assumed you would intervene in some form eventually, but we decided to shoot.
No, realistically, I probably would have anyway, just because I don't think I could just ignore.
Some of you might have tried to roll coercion to just be like, yeah, get out here, bird. Yeah.
I was planning on rolling, actually getting a gift of comprehension and maybe just talking to crows like, here, take these fucking dragon rations and fuck off for a day or 2.
That is also a possible solution. Anyway, it is now Nanashi's go. It's the last round.
Well, I'm actually going to try and I don't know whether this would. It's gonna be a compel, but I'm just gonna double checking
the chart. That is still the wrong document.
It just
you're looking at the
just compel stuff. Action just to be like, hey bird, you saw what happened to your friend? Fuck off.
You just want to compel fear.
Compel fear.
Yes, for animals it's usually simple emotional states. Yes, that works. That he will not be able to act on that until he goes. So,
yeah. So
I don't know if you guys want to hold back, but yeah. So it's an average check.
Okay.
With verse, you have an upgrade to this, and if you're already full on yellow dice, that means you add a green die.
Okay. Boop.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he will believe that as until. Is at the end of your next turn? I think that's usually how spells work. Because you can concentrate on this, but it's usually until the end of... Is it the target's turn or the caster's turn?
The casters.
Okay, so until the end of your next go, the bird will believe fear. Okay. Any other activities you want to take?
No, I'm just gives this thing I know, save the cart because I ain't getting out there these birds.
Besides, so scary violin music emanates from inside the cart.
Oh, besides, also the hand game's prepared too, so you need to spend a whole turn preparing it anyway.
Well, yeah, but then once you prepared it, you're good. But yes, there's some cocking and loading and whatever going on.
I assume we're on the top of the round?
Yeah, it goes to the top. So
I wish to slice the bird in twain.
Okay, now you will draw your sword.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Birds hurt my friend. I'm not too happy about that.
Yeah, the birds did not successfully hurt you.
I appreciate being called a friend.
Not a lot of things successfully hurt me.
I enjoy the call, Brian.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking. I was like, I will withhold dessert from you and see how you feel about that.
Okay. What's your damage with a sword?
My damage with this sword. I assume these are normal crows.
Yes.
And not undead.
No.
They
are a mundane beast. They're not.
I have +3. Yeah.
Okay, so 6 + 1, 7. minus their soak. That's another.
You can also try to
tress.
crit it and see what happens.
It does
I
already
mean,
have a
how
crit, so
much?
that would be plus 10. You can spend
Yeah,
any
I'll crit it.
one triumph is a crit. Okay, so do you want
Wait,
to
actually, can I spend triumph to heal strain?
Yes, but only one.
Only one. I'll
It's a
still
little
do
bit of a
that.
bum trade. You're gonna roll
It's
to
still
recover strain
better.
after this in a second.
Actually, yeah, no, why not? I'll crit. Omega, you roll it.
All right.
Okay.
Now this one is at the brink.
Jeez.
That's very bad because this bird is not doing good. He does not have a lot of wounds left. They're fairly tanky.
Would
They
pass
have a
out trying to run
decent
away?
soak, but no, that's when he takes actions, not maneuvers. But yeah, no, this bird gets its back slashed by a silvered longsword, and it's just kind of like.
I have a question. Will we know that the bird has been feared and may run away?
No, how?
That's why I'm asking.
I assumed no, which is why I did that.
I don't think Nanashi articulated
also,
it.
none of the rest of you are really good at verse, so you would not necessarily understand what Nanashi
Does
did.
it have would it have like a debuff aura on it or like a sigil over its head?
That would require like skill checks for you to passively pick up, because like I said, you guys do not necessarily understand what the verse magic does. I would allow a reflexive like free rules check to see if you understood what the spell did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is that your turn, Morty?
I will engage defensive stance.
Yep. Now it's his turn.
Now,
Yeah.
I would like to go.
Okay.
I would like to make that reflexive knowledge check to see that it's been feared.
Alright.
What would that be?
Average.
Okay, so...
Do you understand magic?
Or bird.
Alternatively, do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart?
Do you believe in
Magic.
I would like to get this off because I would like to try and save this bird. So I will spend this.
Corvid.
The what?
Spend a story point? Sure.
Yes.
Befriend the Corvid.
Well,
that might
I
be a
get
little more complex, but
no, but I want to at least want to get out of here alive. It's just doing what crows do. It wants to fuck up your shit and eat some food. I've done that in my life. So let me see here. So that's papa. That is bracket.
I totally imagining both Mortis and
Nope.
Porter singing that song now.
Well,
yeah, you can probably tell that Nanashi did something, and the bird does probably look panicked, but you do not necessarily know to correlate those two.
okay. Well, I don't know what to do, so I will take the shortcut. Oi, Bob, what'd you do?
No, he's like he hears this like fear. Like heard the lightning, thought saw the other bird leave, thought make the other bird scared, have it leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Talking is a free action.
Yes. All right, so I can be reasonably sure that the bird is afraid and is probably going to run away. Probably.
I mean, at the very least, you saw the other bird was completely unharmed and it fucked off. This one is very beat up.
And it's range from me?
Leona backed up, so it is short from you.
Short from me. All right.
Yes. Because it re-engaged her and completely whiffed.
Zen. I'm going to heal it.
Okay.
So it is short from me. That means I'm going to have to add an extra P. But maybe I can at least give it enough juice that it can... Actually, it has a crit, too. What is... Hang on, let me double check. Is healing a crit is another one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, I believe
All
that's
right.
another one if you want to make sure to get rid of that.
All right. Ooh. Oof. Computers. So I will pray for the best. And then... Here we go. Why?
Need to get my chart. What was 3-thread again?
Golden Porq?
That's the funny, yes. No, there it is. There's the chart. Oh, god damn it. Curse you, dice. That could somehow make the spell target somebody else, but it doesn't do anything. It's a failure. God damn it, dice. I want to do something funny.
What the fuck can I do with a triumph on a failure?
Heal strain.
True.
You could heal 1 strain, yes. No, your holy symbol is very new. I don't want to damage it. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do the 3 for the golden pork again. All magical creatures and spellcasters in a day's travel become aware of you.
God damn. Oh!
You just call out for Verna. There's a brief earth tremor. There's some glowing golden light. The ground reaches up to give you a high five. That's it. That's all you get. That's your triumph. You get a high five. That's it.
Oh god. Who's probably going next?
I don't know.
I think it's the bird.
No,
No,
there's
we
one
got
more
one-
PC slot.
I can go and I can go tell the bird to fuck off. Or at least I can try.
I mean, the bird may be fucking off on its own, and we don't know.
Yeah.
No,
like,
if the bird leaves, I have no
Nanashi
opposition
has
to the
explained
bird
out
leaving.
loud that the bird is afraid.
Yes.
Yeah, no. If the bird leaves, I have no objections to it.
Fuck it,
If
I'm
the
just
bird
gonna-
tries to claw my face, I'll just say, if the bird tries to claw my face off still, I'm going to punch it.
I'm just gonna use the Halo fucking Halo string.
Alright.
That's I'm a little
Barkley.
I'm truly blessed by
check
it.
was perfectly balanced. That was 1 blank and 1 triumph. So I gotta ask these questions now. Is D1 like a secret shill for the Edge store where we go buy more of these dice?
I think so. Listen, no,
Does the writer of this
D1 has
take
been
backs?
D1 has been hacked by the GeneSys creators.
Yeah, by Edge Studios. They didn't run up revenue. They've had printing delays. They need more money. Okay. All right. So, any further activity, Mr. Porter, or
no.
Okay. It is another PC slot. I believe Leona expressed an interest in acting next.
Yes. Can I just roll survival if I want to just do like animal handling kind of stuff?
Yeah, you could probably try and just do like an average survival check to like do your body language to encourage this thing to fuck off.
It's like I guess it could also gesture as like everyone's like, you know what happens if you try again, kind of thing.
Fuck around and find out.
You just, make yourself look big. You don't really speed it up, but you're not really hurting yourself either.
And everybody's trying to kill that time.
Skill
but
check
hey.
is an action, so you have a maneuver left.
I'm gonna step back again.
Alright,
I'm
you
just
disengage
gonna go
to be
sit on the
safe.
cart.
Yeah, you kind of shuffle back to the cart. That means it is the last NPC slot. It is the bird. The bird will take its opportunity to get the fuck out of here. It'll double move.
I will allow
Because
the
it is not
bird to leave.
engaged. Actually, no, it is engaged with Mortis, so it'll disengage and then it will also fly off. This one doesn't really give you like a parting smart-ass caw.
No, this one has been thoroughly shamed.
Yes. If a giant magpie technically could sweat drop, it would, because it's not having a good day. Anyway, victory fanfare.
Alright.
Everybody roll to recover strain.
Yeah.
What's that again?
I'm gonna go collect the feathers.
Cool or discipline.
What did it
your
drop?
choice.
Like bones and feathers?
Yeah, some bird bones, little bird skull, some feathers.
I'll take the feathers. Make arrows.
All right, 2 success, 3 advantage. That clears my 2 strain.
You should let Ryahn have first dibs if he wants to put a feather in his cap.
It would be quite literal, and I do believe. But I would like to go. Oof. Like, so I cast it, so that's 3, then I recovered 1, and then I recovered, yes, I'm down to 1.
Does that mean I recover a strain?
No, it's successes.
Well, can I use the advantage to recover a strain?
No, no, it's not. how
That's
that works.
stupid. That's lame.
No, it's a very specific rule. It's okay. You don't need to worry for long.
I think
I mean, I need to take a nap.
Let's see. I guess
Well,
you don't
you
buy
did parry
willpower
twice,
or
that's
the
true.
other. It was like it's cool or like resilience, right? Or
Cool or
Discipline.
discipline. So it's
discipline.
presence or willpower. Only through talents can you access other skills.
I mean, I'm at strain 8. I need to take a nap.
Okay.
You probably take
Alright.
it up when we go to the talk. So
I mean, I can
Uh,
try
I'll
and
just-
medicine
I'll-
check. Oh wait, I can't medicine you. That's right. Fuck.
No, you can't. You
yeah,
literally
that doesn't
can't.
work for strain. That is correct.
I mean,
Well,
I can
also,
I can try. I could just try a straight up heal because I believe my advantage is on my healing check. I can't do strain.
Yes.
no,
I believe
I'll just nap in the cart while you guys talk to the dude.
All right. So, I believe other than that, Porter was saying he was gonna do something.
Yes, I would like to go over to the ruined part of the field that the the birds were in and the
And then
the-
I blasted with ice magic.
yes.
Yeah.
And I would
there's-
like.
It's not a lot of damage, but it has with the blast effect. It's kind of turned into like a tiny crop circle.
Yeah, no. I would like to heal this land. I don't know what kind of spell that
Only
is.
a utility check.
Very well done.
Easy divine. There is a deceased scarecrow in the middle of the circle.
I will actually roll mechanics on the Scarecrow.
Okay. Well, he's pretty fuckled. That would technically be hard mechanics to repair.
I mean, I
He's
still,
destroyed, but
I
you
can
attempt.
try.
All right, you do pretty good. You once again call on the power of
Do you
Verna
want my,
and
do you want my help, Mortis?
I would.
Okay.
So,
I have
probably
great
as
mechanics.
Porter is doing his prayers, you guys kind of grab the different limbs and some of the loose straw of the scarecrow and kind of pull him onto the little cart path. The
I can probably
drive.
collect more straw if you need that, but
It's fine.
I do have a 2 in mechanics, so that I figured I might as well try.
Oh, you have more mechanics than me then. Okay, well I'll give you a blue then.
Well, it is
Well,
essentially
how
my.
much intellect
No, actually,
do you have, Dallas?
I have 3 intellect, so that might.
Yes,
I have-
you would roll as if you had 3 intellect and you were 2 mechanics.
Okay, so why YGPP? Yeah.
Yep.
No,
One of these.
mechanics is essentially my healing.
Yeah.
Yes, but one
I
more
figure
P,
that-
it's a hard check because this guy is toast.
PPP. I
Okay.
succeed with threat because of course I do.
you did it. But it probably takes a bit.
Take a strain. You're a little stressed, but you're getting a little tired. You're kind of like, man, it's kind of weird how I don't sweat. I see other creatures doing that. I kind of wish I could.
Yeah.
But you managed to stitch the scarecrow back together and kind of reattach the post he's supposed to like spring up from. That's where his animation rune is placed. And once everything's kind of connected back together, the magic reasserts itself. The scarecrow kind of, like filling up a wacky wave inflatable arm man. He just kind of back up, adjusts his little straw hat. Unfortunately, his corncob pipe is destroyed. It's fucked.
Sag.
Pain.
He will now do the dance of his ancestors.
But the other 2 scarecrows in the field kind of like walk up to you and like they actually like with their little sickles do like salutes to you guys and then kind of trot back off to their fields.
Yeah, I'll give the one I healed just like a pat on the back and be like, "Good job. Keep up the good work."
He just
don't
kind of
die.
nods at you. They have mouths, but they are stitched on, so they don't really speak.
Yeah.
But he just kind of jogs back over to his field, hops back up on his post, and pretends to be a normal scarecrow. Everything is fine. As I was saying earlier, Porter does his prayers, so the strands of the bent wheat kind of spring back up straight, and actually with a pretty good roll, kind of waves of vibrancy. The wheat grows a little taller, a little heavier, a little greener, or it would be green while it's still growing.
Mhm.
You don't get golden waves of wheat until it's a little more mature. So yeah, this field looks healthier than when you started. Good job, everybody.
Yay.
Ryan's gonna take a few notes on the rune that animated the constructs before leaving.
Looks like a bog standard animation style rune or glyph. Probably like distantly dwarfish in nature, but anybody with a decent Arcana score could work with some straw.
Yeah, it's gonna take some notes on it so for later. So
As you guys are kind of policing things up together, you do see a small party emerging from the house.
I will also, in a definitely not focusing on the rune, but focusing on the design of the arcane, and be like, possible for the future book of making minions.
But as you're going, like I said, you see a couple of people kind of trotting out of the house. One of them, there is a slightly tallish man, above average height, olive skin, dark hair, gray-green eyes. He's got a long riding coat of wine red, but green and gold accents, wearing a little rapier at his hip. kind of a dashing neckerchief as he kind of sidles up to you. There are a couple of other attendants behind him. Someone who looks a little bit like a groundskeeper type, sturdy work boots, coveralls, probably carrying probably a pitchfork. A pitchfork sounds like what you scare off a giant crow with.
Mm-hmm.
And some other people behind. So he kind of sidles up and says, "Well, hello, friends. Well met. I am Lord Lagana, owner of this house. Pleasure to meet you all. Thank you for your assistance with those darn birds."
Well met. We are pleasure to be of some aid. We've actually come as adventurers seeking to put an end to the boar troubles you're having. And then I will proceed to introduce everyone.
Okay. Yes. Oh, of course. Perfect. As you can see, he kind of gestures over at the field that Leona spotted earlier was pretty torn up. As you can see, we are having a few problems here, but hopefully we can get some assistance. I sent my fastest riders to point this out earlier today. But please, come in. We will have a light afternoon repast, I think. Come.
Thank you.
You are weird from the road. I see you brought your own cart here. On foot?
Yes.
Quite industrious, yes. Actually, it's a good point. Porter's still shirtless, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
Aren't you in the
Kind
field,
of
like, killing
nods.
it?
Well, yeah, you're standing there. They jogged up. It's like, all right, so I see. Oh, quite a motley crew you have here, yes. Priest, a wizard of the tower, a bard. I always wanted to study at the Bard's College. He kind of strokes his dashing slight 5 o'clock shadow. But I never had the time. Spent too much time at the Academy in Rosa. Anyway, come in. I insist you accept my hospitality. Come. He turns to his groundskeeper type man. Grouse, find a place for their carts. Kind of like, what about are we going in the back of the cart? Kind of looks over at probably Mortis's armored boots sticking out of the front of the cart. Will your large friend be all right there?
He needs to sleep.
I just need a moment.
All right, you can leave him, Grass. When he is ready, he will find his way inside. Yes.
Yeah. As I'm at one above my strain threshold.
Oh, if you're above,
no,
your
sorry,
strain
two
threshold, you're
above.
passed out.
Or sorry, 2 below my strain
Right.
threshold.
Okay.
I should
Yeah, I
say.
was about to say the math. Yeah, you're pretty close to pass out time. All right, you take.
Sorry, when I say above, I mean like above the kill mark.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say below from now on.
Yes, that is technically how it works. You count up. Alrighty, so he will lead you in. It is later in the day. He offers you a repast of honeyed oatmeal biscuits and freshly chilled wine.
Well, I can't say no to nice food.
Same here.
Respect his hospitality.
Yeah, so kind of takes you into probably whatchamacallit, a sitting room, a guest room. There's a fireplace, but it's not lit because it's still springy. He introduces you to his head stewardess, Rochelle. Kind of a woman who's like maybe a couple years older than him. Dressed, as, head of the household. He has a younger brother, Rosas. And there is another gentleman he introduces as Kadok with 2 C's, Blair. And I'll definitely say Porter. And anybody else who has any points in the medicine skill notices that Sir Blair is slightly injured. He's wearing his shirt, which would normally be quite tight, loose and unbuttoned, and has bandages rolled around his chest. He's Blair is kind of a different dashing figure. He's a little a lighter skin. He's from further up north of the Polis League. Mane of blonde hair, dashing mustache.
Mustache.
So Miles sits you all down, after some light pleasantries, asks you about your trip and stuff. He says, "Well, you are here to hunt the beast. Is there anything you want to know?"
It's like, if no one picks up, Porter will be like, yeah, do you have an appropriate idea of its stomping grounds? Do you know how far it ranges?
Well, we are not entirely sure. Uh, my first reports were a couple of days ago of actual sightings. No, a couple of weeks. I read more from my notes. A couple of weeks ago, at the start of that aura, it was quite rainy. It's important for irrigation. But after that, we started seeing my constables, my men at arms. They started to see wild boars in the area. I, gave my people permission to hunt them for meat. But after that, one of our northern farms was sacked by a large boar. So I can only say that it appears to be in the north and coming on. It comes every couple of days, usually later in the day, but sometimes early in the morning, and retreats northerly. And unfortunately, while I've told my farmers who work this land that I own to send the runners or light signal fires. While we've seen a couple of smaller boars, none of my men have been able to kill it, and unfortunately, a few of them have passed away. That's why I decided to send. Let's see. Technically, because you took so long, it was about a week ago now. Because in my notes, it's 3 plus X days ago is when he sent his fastest rider to the guild. But that's okay. He is just happy somebody came eventually. Yes.
I assume there are negative consequences to each of these for not taking them first.
No. It's just the narrative consequences of he called like a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
But you did scare off the crows from his field, so.
Mm-hmm.
I said the fastest rider of the post.
All right. So. When was the last attack?
A couple of days ago now.
So you're probably...
He gestures out. My field right here.
Mm-hmm. So, probably expecting one pretty soon when that beastie gets hungry.
Something like that, yeah.
Two of the farms that got ravaged, were there anything, like, did it eat anything, or did it just cause havoc and then leave?
Well, I assume he is eating something, because I've obviously seen him with my own eyes. He's quite large. It is a dire boar, my friends. He described something that would be the mechanicals area of Silhouette 2.
Yeah, it's bigger. That's big as a horse.
Yeah. Yep. Probably a little bit bigger than that. It sounds like this boar is the size of a bear, at least.
Probably bulkier than a horse, but...
Not quite like FGO's demon boars, like huge. That would be like Sil 3, where they're like
I was more imaging like the
anybody,
smaller type of demon boar.
No, those are like regular boar size. This is bigger than that. This
is
the size of like a bike.
I guess I was overestimating the size of the boar then.
Like, just take a horse, replace with boar.
Yeah, basically.
Still big.
Yes.
Yeah, still too. He's big.
I was like, Porter. Remember, Porter comes from a foresty people, so they know hunting and trapping. So he's gonna be like, "Have you tried trapping?"
Yes, we've tried. I've told my farmers to set some traps, but we are not hunters by trade here. We are, farmers and ranchers. So the beast is so big, the simple snares and things they know how to do, catch the wild hare or a quail, it does not work. It is enormous. As you can see, it knocked over my iron fence.
For something this big, if you want to do a trap, you got to do a pitfall.
Unfortunately, my people at this planting season, we do not want to be digging up the crops any more than we have to.
True.
Obviously, we've been making inroads, but it is quite fierce. I went to professionals. As I said, my men-at-arms, my constables have not been able to stop it with simple spears and bows.
At this point, Mortis will probably stumble in.
All right.
Sounds like a good old...
It's they've had a meal break. You can knock off your strain threshold. You took a little nap.
Sounds like a good old ironback, then. Tough bastards.
Yeah. It is a proper dire boar. I have never seen one before, but big. He's got the big tusks. He's got extra spikes. Don't
Well-
ask me why the Scions gave them extra spikes, but he's got them.
That's what makes him dire.
I have a question.
Yes, the tall one. I hope you enjoyed your nap.
Yes, sorry about that. I strained myself slightly.
No trouble at all. We saw from the house. You engaged those magpies quite well. Cheeky little fuckers. They would not have dared to come close to my house normally, but several of the protective charms on the fence are gone, and I've attempted to replace men with constructs, but they are a little crude. How would you say?
Yeah, they can be. They require a certain instruction level that is sometimes lacking.
Quite knowledgeable, friend.
I have
But yes, you
a
had
bit of
a
intimate
question.
knowledge of constructs. Yeah. Would it be fair to approximate the size of this beast of that of a bear? I say this in character.
Yes, probably around there.
Okay.
And not like
Is-
not like a small bear from the inland. I'm talking big forest
No.
bears.
Was the dire boar running around with any of its lesser kin?
Aye, we've caught some small, normal-sized boars and killed them a couple of times. They come in its wake or traveling along with it.
Makes sense.
Is
Like
the
he's king of the
dire boar male then?
That I did not get close enough to check, my friend.
Porter literally chuckles at that. It's like, if they had been close enough to see whether it was a male or female, that'd probably been way closer than anyone would like to have been.
He kind of lightly cuffs Blair, who's been a little quiet through this, on the shoulder, and says, "My associate Blair here is a great lancer from Lace to the north. I'm getting a little Russian. I'm supposed to be more Spanish. Chukadun. He got quite close, but as you can see, he did not do so well." Blair just kind of strokes his mustache.
Simply
and is
inquiring because I assumed it might be noticeable with the size of the horns or tusks, I should say.
Oh, the tusks are quite pronounced. Actually, I don't know if, depending on the kind of wild boar or pig, you might get tusks of various sizes.
Well, with dire creatures, those differences can get a little muddled. No,
Yes, they are all extra spiky.
It's like
Blair kind of strokes his mustache and says, "I wasn't really checking. I was busy attempting to spear it, and I got speared instead." Kind of taps himself on the chest.
See, the reason I was asking is I was trying to determine if it was maybe what would pigs move in? Not a herd, surely, but some sort of group.
I do not know the noun, especially not uncommon.
I would just say Omega. If it has tusks, it's a male boar. Generally.
Again, dire boar, you can't really be sure.
That's
You
true.
might assume so, though.
This is out of character knowledge.
Yeah.
By the way,
I have never seen.
A group of boards is called a singular.
Wow.
Singular boar.
Yeah, no, a group of
Tryhard.
no. Listen, a group of hogs is called a passel or a team. A group of swine is called a sounder. A group of boards is called a singular.
What?
Yeah, I've
Dude,
heard
there are
of
some-
a sounder of pigs, but
There are some hilarious group names for animals.
The boar singularity.
My personal favorite is a pot of water buffaloes.
That's so fucked.
so you guys just spend some of the time debating the finer points of the collective noun.
But no, that's the thing. It's like if it's running around with its mate there, it might just be mad that people are killing its kind. Boars can be quite territorial.
Aye, but we've never had a problem with them before. It's quite unusual.
Probably because there wasn't a dire boar in the area roughing things up. That is strange.
It did start early in spring. Like I said, we did not see anything until after the spring rains passed, but it is now the height of planting season.
It always runs farther north, right?
Were the spring
Yes,
rains
it retreats back north.
particularly
That's where it
heavy?
came from. They were a little heavy this year. We did have to dig some extra deep canals for irrigation, but as I said, I do not know exactly what is going on there. You guys, because you did the Rivers Barrow first. Do know that you have a suspicion there may be a larger gob force slightly north of here. It's across the river, but depending on the size of such a force, that could be disruptive to nature.
They could be pushing predators down, which then push it. Well, they could just be pushing things down.
And I believe you guys have rolled for this before, and if not, I can just give it as the natural lore. One of the reasons why people posit dire creatures occur is because the forces of darkness are in the area, and thus, whether it's like corrupting the land, Princess Mononoke style, or just like nature makes bigger, badder creatures to push out the forces of darkness, people don't know. But yeah, this is a theorem you might be aware of because you did some other stuff first.
I'm not sure we should mention that though. I don't know.
Yes, I've sent to Viridis for help, but all of the Duchi's men are tied up in planting season, or in protecting valuable cargo shipments. We are mostly on our own here. And this is why I went to the guild.
We'll see what we can do.
Well,
Of course.
first thing we gotta do is we gotta find the extent of its range. With the rains going on, there should be plenty of tracks going every which way, but we should be able to find it easily enough. The matter is,
I made sure not to disturb the tracks in my own fields. They should be still quite clear.
Excellent, thank you.
This may seem like a weird question, Monsieur. Okay. Is there a smithy in town?
There's no
Or
town
is
here, my dude.
are there any deposits of metal in the area?
We have some ores in the hills, but it's not much. I do have a small forge on the premises for shoeing horses and the like. Obviously, you have to go quite the far ways away.
Okay. I would like access to any scrap metal materials that you have.
We might have some old shoes to throw out.
Mortis,
any particular need for these
before...
Darkfrost, what are you thinking of doing?
I'm making a iron jaw trap.
Do you?
Isn't
Yeah,
that under
mechanics.
mechanics?
That would be
I was look. That was I was looking at the
I
skill.
haven't actually gotten to fleshing out the trap rules.
Yeah, I was about to
yes,
say.
it's correct. It is mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's under mechanics, which I have 2 of. So.
Yeah, that would be the skill to.
It's alright. I translate giant
like,
boar in my head to bear, and the way to deal with bear is big iron jaw trap.
Yeah, that could work. You could attempt such a thing, probably.
Sorry, that was just in my brain.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
And how many would you need to guarantee to get it? And its kin? Or keep its kin from tripping on the one you make?
Well, you got some plans within plans. I think there's some tactical
Maybe we
stuff
just need
gonna
to
go on here.
make some luring fluid and then just make a pitfall that might at least cover most of the kin, if not the bear.
Well,
not
the-
dire
well,
What
ones.
is
like-
a luring fluid?
There's a potion that...
Lure flask.
Yeah.
Oh.
But...
It might be best if we go survey the land a bit, get a lay of it before, and try to determine the number of boars before we make any plans.
Of course.
I understand. I just know I'm going to be no help with that. Like, my silliness with finding fish aside, I have absolutely no survival or cunning or anything.
You have
Yeah.
combat, and if we randomly ran into boars in the wilderness, you will be very fucking useful, so shut up and come on.
That's fair.
You'd also carry
Okay.
the shit.
Alright.
You have to carry the.
Okay. Any further questions for Mile?
Now let's see here. I'm thinking. We know that it's up north. We know that it's big as a horse. It runs with its pack. It hits fields. It comes every couple days.
Yep.
Are there any like specific kind of woods to the north, or is it more just woods?
There are some stands of trees on the very northern borders of my lands. We did, at the start of spring, have some of the older trees cut down to make new fences, but I vetted that with a... he gestures towards Porter. I vetted that with the church in Viridis. We
Porter
made
makes
sure
it
everything was done properly.
Porter makes the okay sign. Like,
Yeah.
But...
I do not believe we disturbed anything. At least he kind of, chuckles and makes a good-natured gesture at Porter. That is what the priest told me.
So when it comes to the earth, everything's either a challenge or an obstacle to be overcome.
Well, this is quite an obstacle.
And we shall overcome it, no worries.
Yes. You are professionals, and this is what you're here for.
But I do believe that our mage has the right of it. We should get out there, try to see some range, see the effect of its range, and maybe get an idea of how to tackle this.
And
Alright.
we're still outside of its, I guess, activity hour, so possibly might be sleeping.
That I do not know. None of my men have successfully tracked it all the way back. It is, as I said, quite large and violent. But if you wish to set out, you can leave your cart here, of course. There are some unused apartments of my stables, which are not exactly well furnished, but insulated.
That will do fine.
Or if you prefer to sleep in the open air, I was always fond of the hammock technique. We have a large veranda. And once again, slipping a little Russian. You kill my father. Prepare to die. There we go. Prepare to die. The accent is correct.
That's
Da.
Quiet you. That is your accent, my friend.
Hold on,
yes,
I need
so,
to channel.
you
I need to
have
channel Mickey Rourke.
The plate or bowl full of the honeyed oat biscuits are gone.
gasp.
The wine is distributed.
They were good.
Because they did not speak a lot, I just kind of imagine Leona and Nanashi just kind of, I know Dax said a couple of things, but just kind of sitting there, just nosh nosh.
I think I was gonna add like Porq was like, you want to say? But
Let me see here.
I'm gonna be honest, in character, don't think Nanashi has a lot to add. Obviously, you can ask your own questions card, but I'm thinking about the character roles. It's like Dallas. Dallas is like, I can't track this thing. That's not my job.
No, it's like, this is like for Nanashi's part. It's like, they really have to deal with this because the parts of the family dealt with this. This is like this is new territory for him. So he's just like, yeah, let the people who know a bit more than me, ask the questions. I'll just help where I can.
Sitting back, absorbing
all right,
information.
let's go track it.
So,
Yeah.
all right, you trot your way back outside. You go out to the Walloden field. It's all tore up and gouged up. You see like hoof prints and dig marks for big snouts and stuff. Knocked over fence.
Mhm.
And if you wish to look at these very large, obvious tracks, rolleth me somebody, but probably Leona, an average survival check.
I will assist you, Axe.
Not hard. All right.
Thank you.
Hunting for animals.
How many points of survival do you have?
2.
Okay, then I had a yellow.
Right.
Porter's best at finding plants and stuff, but he did grow up in a village where hunting is the main thing, so he knows how to follow the tracks at least.
I doubt Mortis has even seen a boar before.
I'm kind of annoyed at this, but hey, I've succeeded.
Doesn't... What is the travel? No, Traveler's Charm is for...
It's for foraging and making camp or resisting the elements.
I mean, we're foraging for
not
boar.
tracking, it is- No,
True, but it's not
quite
aimed. We
the
didn't
same.
angle it like that.
No,
This
this
is
is
trying to
you
track
are
itself.
specifically rolling survival to track a creature. It is a different operandi of check. Let's see. Yeah, let's do a strain. You do got to get in the mud a little. You got to hike down some hills. This is overland. So you've got the trail. I will say that for sure. It is still afternoon, though. The sun is starting to get a little lower in the sky. Do you want to attempt to follow this for a while and kind of get an eyeball of its terrain, like you said, now? Or would you want to wait until fresh morning?
I'd rather do it now because I don't know what weather it will be.
Fair enough.
It might rain in the night.
Well, actually, I'll do that. I would like to use survival to check to see what the weather will be like. Actually,
Sure.
to check what survival will be for like maybe the next 24 hours.
All right, go for it.
I
Roll.
think Adventure
you can
Guide
roll
actually
the average.
Is it like an almanac where it have like a estimated weather or no, not like that?
There would be weather predicting tools, but I think, and actually, I'll offer you survival or no rules, whichever is better for you. I think that's still survival, but technically knowing the phases of the seasons and the sea of stars and all that stuff to predict the weather in the season.
Would the
Can I
Traveler's
assist in this?
Charm affect this?
Yes, you are actually attempting to calculate safe travel.
Okay.
Can
And
I
I'm
assist you in this case?
If you want.
I have
What's your
3
ca-
cunning.
Okay, I'll add that shit. And what was the difficulty on this?
Average as well.
Average. All right. Man, that's...
Okay, you can predict the weather. You do think, not yet, because the sun is still up and it's warm. But you think as the sun sets, it's still fairly early in spring. The air will start to cool with the evening, and there may be an evening rain. So you've probably got a couple of hours before that happens. That also probably means it'll be a foggy morning.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's a bit harder to track it. Yeah.
Yeah, Aqua's gonna be having some fun tonight.
But also,
I say we do it now then.
Would that not mean the boar is likely to not attack?
Possibly. Mail did not necessarily state whether it would attack in the misties of the
We have no
morning.
way to base it off
It
that.
prefers to. He said that it seems to show up mostly in the afternoon or evening.
Well, no, I just more meant with the weather.
I don't know if rain matters to a boar.
I don't think he cares about getting muddy.
He did say that the attacks didn't start until the spring rains kind of died down. But yeah, you're not really sure like if that's a direct cause. It may just not have been able to move into this area while it was rainy.
Could have been chance and happenstance.
Yeah. No, that's true. I just know some animals are weird about rain.
Clearly, the boar has an old war wound, and every time it rains, it flares up. He's like, "I'm so angry now."
I'm looking at the stats for this boy. No, he does not. He doesn't give a shit about the raid.
Also, I do want to share this because it's the most hilarious thing ever. A group of wild cats is called a destruction.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Literally, you could do a destruction ball. A ball of destructions.
Yeah.
A ball of destructions. Cat ball.
All right. So, did we want to then follow the tracks this evening?
Yes.
All right.
Hopefully we get
Leona
back before
Porter lead the
full
way.
evening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little rain, a little darkness isn't.
Wait, so we're going to find the boar now?
No,
we're
we're
gonna
Track it.
We're gonna
See
track
where
it.
it's going.
We can
find
see
the general area it's residing.
if we can find out like where it like spends the most of its time. That's where we can like set up a trap or something.
Or at least which direction it kind of enters the Lord's lands from. Then we kind of know where to do our trap.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
That,
I
like,
will-
that's not to put the trap, plan to put the trap on one side of the farm, only for it to show up on the completely other side.
That's true. I will begin sketching out the schematics for an iron bear trap.
Sure. You would say you have mechanics too? Yeah, you can probably think of that. You've seen some leg
Well,
lock or
it's fairly simple. It's literally just two jaws, two springs, and a pressure plate.
Yes. All right. So you start hiking down the hill. Basically, the ground is wet with irrigation and rain. There's lots of rich mud and small puddles in the low spots, rolling fields, dirt roads, classic pasture fencing. You start to hike down. You see, sheep and cattle grazing in grass fields of wheat and stuff. The sheep and the cows do look maybe a little nervous as you're tromping around. Like perhaps they have been threatened by a large boar recently. But now sometimes the tracks don't really give a shit about borders and fences. So sometimes they do cut straight through people's farmlands. Are you guys gonna do the adventurer's prerogative and literally follow the tracks, or will you be polite and go around?
I don't want to ruin them. So it depends on if it's in the middle of it, or if there's if we can edge around and still see them. It's
you can probably you succeeded, decently.
Okay.
You are taking a strain from this, so it's you can expend the extra effort to get back. They're not hidden or anything.
Yeah, it's just they're kind of obvious. So as long as we keep track of them, it's fine.
Yeah.
So we can skirt around. It doesn't care getting muddy.
All right, so you guys are walking along. You do this for about an hour. The sun is just starting to tickle the western horizon. The sky is stained that particular lurid shade of red as you see it setting very distantly beyond the dread reaches. But you see, looks like a little small hollow. There's a natural pond. There are some trees that are kind of knocked over that look like they have tusk marks. There's some mushrooms and stuff, growing up out of the ground. The ground looks dug in. The tracks kind of mull around this place, but do keep going on a little northerly.
So is this a natural hollow or a man-made?
Yeah, a
hollow?
natural hollow. There's a gap in some sparse trees.
Are
There's
there
a little
any,
pond here.
Tracks around here from just animals being here, or no?
roll me average perception. We'll say it's perception for just examining for other stuff. So Leona's going to stop and investigate this area a little bit. Any of the rest of you want to do anything similar?
I am having a think.
Huh.
I'm gonna head over and kind of check out where there's those mushrooms. See if it looks like they've been fed on by the boars at all.
Yes, that is
great mapping to light.
Indeed obvious. They're dug up a little and looks like they've been noshed on a little.
I'm probably looking at the wrong things. I'm just gonna heal
You can
strength.
see some roots disturbed. Yeah, Leona, you're having a hard time. You can definitely tell that the dire boar and it looks like some smaller boars have milled around here. You're trying to pick out other animal tracks. You can't really see them. You think it's probable that means that they're being scared off, but you can't tell because there's a lot of crisscrossing going on here.
Yeah, I
and
was
the
also
ground is
just
very
wondering if,
muddy.
I guess if the boars also here, also frequent here too or not. It's hard to tell because it's also kind of, I guess,
All right, so
giant track.
Ryahn kind of walks over on his staff and leans down by some of the mushrooms that are there and examines them.
I am not primal,
See
so
some
I do not
secrets.
have life sense. That is very useful right about now.
I need like 20 sessions to get there.
Yeah. Eventually, you'll be the primal caster. Sometime, you'll get weird ranger spells. Anyway, any of the rest of you, anything in particular?
I mean,
I guess I will move up to the bit of the hollow and see if there has been any activity going in and out of it.
Yeah. There's it's kind of a hollow is a lightly wooded little valley. There's a little depression between some hills, so you see the trees knocked over. You can definitely see the tusk marks up close.
All right, so these are definitely some territory markings. So
yeah,
this
maybe
is probably
touch your own tusks a little.
Mm-hmm. It's this is probably a place where they might stop, rest up, eat some shrooms, get some water, take a nap. But I don't think this is where they actually.
Why don't you say that?
What if we could use these mushrooms as bait?
You hear some
how big are the
normal
how
boar
big are
thumping.
Oh,
okay. I don't give a shit.
What do you do? Quickly.
oh.
I
Get
run.
away, or should
I would
we
like
scare
to.
them
I
off?
would like to scare them off.
I run back.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna leave the rest of these guys behind? Because I think it sounds like Porter's gonna stand his ground and kind of try and be intimidating.
No, I'll do the thing of like I run, and then when I notice no one else is running, I will turn back.
All right.
I probably could have
Wanna
went big
move
too.
over to make sure that we're at least all in a group, so we're not.
Yeah, you cluster up
separated.
a little. I believe coercion is opposed by discipline. Is that in skills, the social skill matrix?
I believe so.
Yes, discipline. Okay, so this is based on their willpower. Wild boars don't have discipline. So roll me an easy coercion check.
I'm gonna
Or
be
it could
very,
be-
very mad if this does not work.
I'm actually okay at this too, weirdly enough.
We'll see what happens.
Double up.
I mean, it's class skill for me, but I haven't put any points into it.
No, I just have 3 greens in it, so
Okay.
finally something just generically good.
All right, how do you scare boars? Because yeah, a 3-pack of normal wild boars, kind of pops over a little crest and kind of, stamps their feet, strumps in there, and they kind of scream.
I will engage in animalistic behavior as well, and I will, plant myself, make myself a little big, and I will just literally roar at them.
Roar and flex.
And they kind of like bow their heads and back away and kind of like, make vaguely threatening gestures, but they decide that they do not want to tangle with you this day, and they are going to scoot off elsewhere, further north.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, they don't tell the rest of the boars that someone is in their watering hole.
Is that how
Also,
boars work?
I
I don't know.
They're boars. I'm sure.
Does
they-
Mortis know?
Here.
Mortis
Correct.
does not know any of this. Mortis is not convinced that boars are dire boars exist. It's just a really ugly bear.
I
there.
am noticing a habit of yours, Dallas, just to literally disbelieve the premise. I've noticed that in two games. You just say, no, that doesn't, like, I don't believe that exists. For no reason.
Considering I've played Dallas and other things, it is like that, but also sometimes when it applies to entire rule formats.
Anyway, we're here.
Hey,
the
what
boars
rule
have been scared away.
formats do I ignore?
So
Let's not talk about
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Rules.
No, no, no. Oh, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't
assume
give a shit
so.
about it.
I'm not gonna talk about
I-
Mr. I'm gonna destroy the format.
since
Oh,
the
Oh,
That doesn't
no,
have
I-
anything to do with this. That's not even remotely what Lucky was talking about. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah,
the boars.
No, I forget. Axe doesn't have a concept of reality.
since the boars are here, and it looks like
Well,
maybe judging from the trees that the big ones here, do we want to maybe prep this area for?
I think
Our
this would be a good area for an ambush.
probably.
you probably need a way to make sure, just standard tactics. You probably need a way to make sure, like a lure flask or something, to try and bait it back here specifically when you want it to be.
Lore
'Cause this
flasks,
doesn't
or
appear
maybe
to be
like
a-
if
I
we
don't know if
make a
nest is the
giant
right word,
pile
but, like,
of like
sleeping
I
place?
was thinking in the meantime, if you could, Porter, maybe make sure there's plenty of the mushrooms for them to eat so they feel comfortable coming back here.
It's like, no, that ain't my. I can make the land healthy and stuff, but I can't get things to grow on command.
Oh, okay.
Yes, technically that is a primal ability under alteration is
Yeah.
to Horn of Plenty.
Mhm.
But yeah, like he said, he can make the land healthy. He could like make sure the water is clean and like the mushrooms have space to grow, but he cannot make them.
we could collect most of the
Magic.
mushrooms from the other parts of the woods and pile them.
Listen,
There.
the boars aren't that smart. If they see a pile of food just sitting waiting for them, they're gonna go for it and not really think about it. The dire boar might have to be a bit more intelligent, but I'm pretty sure even it will take a free meal if there's no obvious danger, and if there's not the smell of a bunch of adventurers nearby. He'll tap his nose and be all like, "They do have a bit of a sniffer."
Indeed, I do believe.
We'll have to mask our smell somehow.
Well, there's plenty of mud.
I mean, I
You
don't.
always do the predator.
I don't smell like anything.
You smell like something, you asshole. Just because you don't have scent glands doesn't mean you pick up the smells of around
That's
you.
true. I
Probably
smell
what-
like
what he's-
dirt.
Yeah, what he smells like is
metal.
like, yeah, metal and walking. You know,
Yeah.
road
It's just I
trips.
don't have sweat. I don't have.
He does not smell like a human
Yes.
or
No.
a person.
He
Yeah.
doesn't smell like meat.
Well, that's the thing. They wouldn't necessarily be able to pick up my scent, but I'll still disguise it.
Well, no, they'll still be able to pick up your scent because you're still.
Or
solid.
rather,
It
okay,
probably
I
goes
don't
for
mean
metal
not
more.
pick up. I more meant they won't consider my scent a a predator or
They would
person.
not react to your scent like normal unless they can like see you and identify it with you.
Yeah, getting out of the seeing range is definitely what I have to worry about.
But
Also, not being audible.
Yes.
Clank, clank, clank.
the thing is here, this is just a stop. This ain't necessarily where the nest is. They might not come through here that often.
True.
It's like if you want.
Probably got another hour or so before
You start going back, yeah.
it's full dark.
Let's
So
start.
you can
Uh,
keep
go back.
following. But
I'm not comfortable tracking this thing in the dark in the woods.
Oh, when it's full dark, we're going back. So
Listen. Here's the thing. Boars have good sniffers. They don't got good eyes. I don't think I've heard of this thing attacking anyone in the dark.
no,
I'm
he
not
doesn't
worried
have-
about necessarily the boars in the dark.
Listen, man.
What are you worried about then?
It's There's more than just boars in a forest.
yeah, but most things
It's
aren't.
pretty lightly wooded, but yeah, I mean there could be something. But there is also a dire boar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most
No.
things that are
Knocking over
actually
trees.
going to bother us have been scared away.
No. Listen, as long as we're not, like tromping around blindly, kicking over every rock and poking our head in every hollows, most things will leave us alone. Most things. We'll be in no more danger than we are usually tromping it around right now.
Though I would like to point out, currently, Mortis does add 2 blacks on stealth checks. He is
Yeah,
very
no, I
clanky.
really shouldn't be here. If we're whatever.
So Dallas can say he's not afraid of the boar. Technically, as Porter brought up, they're not necessarily night vision-y creatures, but some of you do make some roll and rattle as you walk around, which they might be able to hear coming.
So,
All right.
You
then
would not want to run into the dire boar in the middle of the night, I assume.
All right. Well, let's do this. Morty and whoever else wants to go back can go back, and I'm gonna go with Leona, and we're gonna track up for maybe another hour or so.
That's fine. I'm just saying for any kind of espionage action, not accent, I'm not the best idea to have around.
Well,
You
just
are
wait,
very tall and very clanky.
just wait by the edge of the woods,
Yes.
and we'll notice you as we run away or something.
Anyway, verily, it sounds like some of you are continuing to track.
Yes.
Besides Porter and Leona, does anybody else want to go with them, or do the rest of you want to try and hike back now? Or would you prefer to wait here at the hollow for them and then hike back?
I would like now she was gonna it's like look, I'm not gonna be the best tracking this thing, and I only slow the two of you down. But I ain't gonna leave you two out there, so I'll stay right here so that you guys are done. We can regroup. Right?
Porter just kind of looks weird, like, but what are you gonna do here? Stand around and do nothing? Seems like a waste of time. Better to waste your time back at the manor where you might have, good food and a place to rest. We're gonna be up there an hour. If something happens to us, there's no way you're gonna be doing anything to do to fix it. And I'd rather you not be by your health just in case something does show up.
All make rational arguments.
I can think of it this way. Mortis, and Nanashi, do either of you know how to find our way back?
I think I've memorized the route decently enough.
All right, then let's head back.
Right?
My only concern was getting lost on our way back, since I know that I'm not good in the wilderness.
I
Like,
think
if we
I
can-
have a good sense of direction. I could go the way we came. Don't ask me to do more than that.
Although, before Nanashi heads off back with more tandem, he does pass Leona a health potion just in case.
Cool. I'm marking
So-
it down.
All right. Okay, so the three not woodsy guys decide to start hiking back. And indeed, you have enough sense of direction between you, and I believe that Mortis has a point or two in knowledge geography.
Yes, I do.
So you can remember the basic understanding of map directions and be like, all right, we were going north, now we go south, and we'll figure out the rest. You can make your way back.
Oh, excuse me.
It's a big house on a hill. It's not hard to figure out. It's not a house on a haunted hill. Don't you dare.
Oh,
I'm going to try and figure out wherever that forge he said was.
It'll probably be out by the stables
Okay.
where your cart is stashed, because, like I said, it's probably mostly just for, like, field repairs, horseshoes, nails, stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
Reforging tools. Alrighty. So, Leona and Porter hike ahead.
Would you mind taking point on the tracking axe?
I can.
You do not need to roll any further. It's okay. You're all
Oh, okay.
following.
Yeah, we're only gonna follow as long as we have light.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. It's just, as I said, this is all one long line of tracking. Just you are engaging while it is a little late.
Mhm.
You probably don't want to fight this, just the two of you.
Nope.
So the pace is a
kind
little
of just gonna
slowed.
run.
The pace is a little slowed. You got to worry about stumps, roots, etc.
How?
And-
oh.
What?
Oh, sorry. I was just about to. No, never mind. We still got light.
Yeah, you still got light. You'll probably be in the dark when you're on your hike back, but
I got a lantern.
so you start to get on the fringes of where you pretty understand it's the fringes of the Lagana land. You start to notice that the terrain starts to change. It starts to move from, gently rolling hills full of farmland to a little bit more muddy and rocky moors, scattered stands of trees, kind of strung together. You see piles of rock from small watchtowers of a bygone era, or even the old stone walls kind of lie in ruins. Though they've occasionally been, chunks in there missing because they've been repurposed for other farms and fences, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever wondered where, blah blah blah's ruins in Europe went, it became somebody's fence.
Yep.
Because good stone is hard to come by. In the very far distance, you can see, slightly thicker stands of trees, maybe a tributary of the river in the distance. And the tracks, after about your like I said, your hour left of light, as the sun starts to slip below, the tracks keep going just a little further on into those rocky moors and areas, into a slightly thicker and taller stand of trees. That looks a little older and more secure. So you're pretty sure it's in that area, but it's starting to get dark. The rain starts to set in that you predicted earlier, Porter. So, it starts with like a light drizzle. You could try and sneak closer to that stand, with the cover of darkness and see, but you are now getting harder to see yourselves, so.
Oh, no, that's, Porter's good at moving through the woods. He's not good at actually being stealthy, so.
I could take a look and then go back and then.
All right, I'll pop a squad here if you want.
All right, yeah.
All right. Alrighty. So you will make me a stealth check. That shall be. You're not necessarily trying to outright sneak it, so we'll say that is a average stealth check. Add a boost die for concealment because of low light and rain, but add a setback die for raisins.
Sniffer reasons.
Because it can smell me or something.
Yep.
That's a good question.
Uh-oh.
Huh.
These dice are fucking spicy.
Yeah. Setback dice are going crazy today.
I just haven't been rolling successes at all. I only rolled one in that roll.
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if D1 understands how these dice are supposed to work. You're supposed to roll success with threat. That's how the dice are supposed to be weighted.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing much. I mean, like, I can't really rolls a physical dice. Yeah, I'm not seeing much success on these dice.
Yeah, no.
And like I said, the
successes
setback
are
dice
rare
are going
tonight.
crazy. So Leona, you hike probably halfway in the dark, in the fog and rain, squelching along, low tactical out there. Porter, you can vaguely see the outline of Porter, like with like his staff or something, his quarterstaff sticking up, his lantern dangling on it, not lit, I presume.
No, not yet.
Yeah. You can kind of vaguely tell which direction he's in because you're fairly keen-eyed. And then you start to feel, like you said, you're about halfway up this barren and rocky, slightly muddy kind of slight slope or field, and it does the fucking the water puddle thing from like
Jesus.
Jurassic Park.
I should use a story point on this. I'm stupid.
Possibly, but we
Possible.
live with your failure with advantage. So you don't really see it. You're not
But I
close
hear it
enough to
coming.
see with your current level of sneak, but you can hear and feel something big moving around. Because
I'm
you
gonna
failed with
go.
advantage, I will give you the question: do you wish to press further, or would you like to go back?
I think I know it's here, so I'm gonna leave now.
Okay, you scuttle back to Porter.
And Porter's just like, well, did you see it?
I felt it.
Porter, just kind of strokes one of his tusks. Big.
Big enough.
Nod sadly. Let's not press our luck.
Let's leave.
Yeah.
I don't know what the war cry of a dire boar would be like, but I just feel like you guys, get a few minutes away and just hear, squee into the night.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's that fucking terrifying noise in Darkest Dungeon when you turn the fucking torch off.
But well, I would definitely like to get a little ways away. Then I'll turn on the lantern.
Yeah, fair enough. It's still you guys aren't so hopeless in the dark that it's only like one concealment, though. There's no moon obviously because of cloud, so maybe it's like 2 or 3. But it's not it's not absolute pitch darkness, you know, as you start to get back to
Yeah, but there are
civilization, you light your
stumps
lamp.
and roots and stuff, and yeah, I don't trust it.
Yeah. What's your agility, Porter?
2.
Okay, you're all right. You're average. And any coordination?
Nope.
All right. You're not the most expert,
Yeah, that's what I said. That's
sure-footed, but you know, you tromp around a little, and once you've had enough and you think you're far enough away, you know, just kind of gently kindle the lantern.
Oh wow. That was that video of like, yeah, those are just this quiet squeeze in the background. Fuck, those are unsettling. Oh, the boar men.
Alrighty. Okay, so you guys make your way back. Men or crew, you guys have been back a little bit. You know, Maya has offered you a proper dinner, possibly waiting on your friends. You know, making sure everybody gets back. You know, full-bodied repast of meal.
Right.
Some leftover winter grains and the like. Bread, stew, whatever. You can probably smell it
But
cooking.
we'll probably politely decline.
Yeah.
Because I know they're going through some tough times.
It is raining a little, so probably don't want to do the open air veranda trick. So maybe you guys take your bedrolls out of the cart and throw them in the loft of the stables. Like I said, it's comfy, it's insulated, it's got a solid roof with some extra like thatching in there to keep the warmth in and keep the rain off you. So it's not like furnished other than some crates and stuff, but you know, like I said, cozy. There's probably a spare lantern up there.
I'm gonna be rummaging around the forge to see what pig iron I can find.
Yeah, like I said, you can probably find some scrapped old horseshoes, like in a maybe a little beat up and a little rusty, but you're gonna reforge them anyway.
Well, yeah.
Alrighty, so this is the situation as you guys kind of cross back over the fields, Leona and Porter. You know, there's probably the lantern is lit in the loft of the stables. You can see Mortis rooting around in the forge. No clank. No clank. Ooh, 10 points. Because he's throwing horseshoes. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ryahn probably has found a corner up in the loft and is writing about what happened today and various other magey stuff.
Magey stuff.
Yep. If you guys wish dinner, there is a warm meal waiting in the main house.
Sounds wonderful.
We've been tramping around in the rain and stuff. We're probably a little muddy. I would feel slightly disrespectful if we cannot clean up a little bit before we had to protect said mid.
Oh yeah, there's probably some
Towels.
wash tubs in the stables. There's probably some strips of cloth or some towels or horse blankets you can use. There's plenty of fresh rainwater.
Yeah, no, just get off the worst of the mud and the stink. This man is a lord. But I'll definitely take a meal and I'll report our findings about the probable location.
Mal kind of nods with that and says, "Oh, that sounds about right. That's just on the fringes of my land. There are some old trees up there. I do not believe they're all those lands are all held by the Duchy of Arcadia. That might be the next state over. Don't ask me which state that is. The geography is not set in stone. It's not a plot important country.
The state of
county.
All right, but you know,
Porter. Oh, sorry, Porter. I know you are a priest of Vera, correct?
Verna, the Ultimata, correct.
Verna, sorry, Verna. Out of character. That's just me being dumb.
Yes.
Would you happen to be able to find any clay around here?
Well, depends on what type of clay.
Like
I just
clay
need
or
some
like
hardenable clay. Just enough to make a mold.
The best clay you're gonna find out by rivers, in the riverbanks. Dig down a little bit. That's usually where the best stuff is. If you dig straight down, usually there's some sort of clay deposit there, but that stuff's really not the best. If you want me to actually find you some good clay, though, I probably have to ask the spirits of the land, and... well, if you ask spirits of the land for something, they usually want something in return. So...
I could probably just do with we won't need the mold for more than one casting, so I can probably just do with spending the night digging for some of the less good clay. Yeah. It'll probably fall apart after use, but
well, let me see.
I only need one use.
Well, let's see here then.
Bunch of irrigation around. Probably do any of those.
Well, actually, if you
I don't want to mess with their farmland though.
Well, that's the thing. Like
they're dug for irrigation, so that's like
yeah,
packed earth and mud and stuff. That's not gonna be clay minerals. It's
no.
not a natural deposit.
No.
True. Yeah, it wouldn't be.
There, you remember there are some tributaries of the river that are probably a couple of hours from here, but it is dark and rainy. If you waited until morning, you could probably find your way back there pretty easily without needing to make any checks. But like you said, you're just trying to do a one and done project.
This will just be it'll just be a one and done mold. So I don't need like good clay. I just need clay.
You probably just dig a hole in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I'll just dig a hole at night.
He's to sleep.
I don't sleep.
He took his mechanically needed nap. He doesn't need to actually sleep.
Yeah.
By the way, if you guys have any strain left, you have rested and eaten a meal, and you're gonna sleep.
I assume there is a shovel available at the farm.
And yes, there's some
I'm
shovels.
just gonna assume there are shovels here.
You could. Well, I'm trying to think of how to explain like ground clay, because it is a thing. Because there's river clay and then ground clay, and ground clay is usually red and solid in color.
Yeah, I mean you could explain it that way.
Yeah, I'll just explain it. It's like
yeah,
whatever you call river clay.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not gonna. But you got to get past the top. You got to get past the topsoil before you get to the good. Not the good stuff, but the better stuff. So you might be digging for a minute.
That shouldn't be an issue. But thank you.
Make sure you get permission from the Lord before you start tearing holes in this property.
Yeah, no, I will definitely do that. I will find
as he's kind of
shittiest, most unusable. Yeah.
Yeah,
the shittiest, most unusable patch of land.
I have some the fields that need to be redug and planted anyway. It's fine.
Okay.
Just so long as we do not disturb the still growing fields.
No.
I will warn you not to get too cheeky. You helped out my scarecrows today, but they are supposed to guard the field. So if you disturb them, they may decide to.
I will not. Don't worry. I just need some clay to make a mold casting.
Basic ceramics.
Not
even really quite ceramics, but like classic molding techniques.
Well, yeah, it's just I need something to make.
Yeah, you would need
to make the iron jaws.
You were trying to make a custom mold, so.
Yeah.
Alright.
But I mean, they don't need to be perfect. It's just the ones I'm probably gonna have to roll a crap ton on are the springs. The iron jaws can look wonky if the iron jaws need to. That's fine.
It'll be all one check to make the trap.
But yeah,
when we get there. Do you have any further things you want to talk about with Mile? Do you want to ask anything about that? I did note that Mr. Caterpillar is injured. If anybody cares.
I will definitely like to go talk to Mr. Caterpillar and see if he needs additional medical assistance, and I would like to hear his account of the encounter with the boar.
Oh, I'm healing up just fine, my good man. There's no trouble at all. Kind of coughs a little, just got a perfectly normal nick. Got a little too flashy. I do that sometimes in the.
Can I roll medicine on him to see if he is
mechanically is in my notes. He is treated as having 5 wounds currently.
That's not a small amount.
No criticals, but yeah, he's naturally he's looking at a weekish of bed rest before.
I was about to say, well, how infected are his wounds? There's no problem.
They're clean and bandaged.
Oh, he's
like
just
I said, no critical, no illness. It's just he needs a week of bed rest.
Okay.
Naturally.
I'm totally fine.
Spits up blood.
You kind of just got a little too close. Tried to get him with my spears, my lancer by trade. Up in lace, yes. Strokes his mustache. Came out to help my old pal Mail. We hung out at school together,
Yes, I'm sure you got up to all sorts of adventures then.
Oh, all kinds of things. He kind of, gives you an appraising look and says, I hope you won't be offended, my friend, but I assume with your vestments and priestly background, you weren't much for formal high-class schooling.
No offense taken. No, I'm just first. I don't know if actually one of my fine clansmen have actually gone to an institution of higher learning. I'd be right surprised if we ever did. Porq don't have too good head for rules.
That is what they say. But fine brains for battle. I'm up from Lace. You may have heard of. We have a resident clan there, Clan Goldspears.
Yeah, those
Operate
blokes.
like a classical mercenary company. Quite disciplined, quite scary in the face of danger.
Well, if there's one thing that Porq knows how to do, it's how to put a pointy end in something.
That's quite right. But yes, it was just full of. And actually, by the way, are you going to take a crack at his wounds?
Yeah, I'm going to strongly insist anyway.
Sure, go ahead. Roll me an average medicine check, then I think. Actually, technically, it's probably easy. 5 probably isn't above half for him. He would probably... I don't have him statted strictly, but he would probably be a rival.
Well, yeah. If he's a Lancer, though, he probably has a little...
I am going to use a instance of my healing herb.
Sure.
To make sure I get at least a success on this.
Yep. Go ahead and add... Is it success advantage?
I think it's just success, but let me double check. I could be wrong.
Fine herb.
No, not that herb. The other herb.
Oh,
Add success V.
Oh, it is success V. Okay, cool.
Yes, it is consumed, but it gives you free success, free advantage. Just do better.
Do better. So.
Got multiple things with that too. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think he's only gonna want to use one on this. He should be okay at this.
Yeah.
Should be. E1.
Let's see here. I'm only YG.
You're like,
At some point, I'm just gonna have Aren roll for me.
Thank you. That's exactly why I did this.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any ranks of surgeon or physician yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, you do have apothecary, so he will heal better naturally.
Yes.
But that does a wound and a strain-ish. So
God,
yeah.
the dice are brutal.
This is why I use it. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to undo his bandages, apply the healing herb under it, and maybe just refasten the fucking bandages on it, and maybe make them a little bit tighter and stuff. Be like, this stuff will heal you up right good. Take a bit of the edge.
You notice he has a pretty gnarly stitched strike on it along the bottom of his ribs, just under the heart and lung.
Yeah.
He is very lucky to have not been skewered through. And he says, "Yes, I thought I was fast. I wasn't quite fast enough, but I was faster than that big bug, I thought."
Mm.
Unfortunately, he's pretty tough and fatty. He picks up he's like Lancer Deerwood style. He's double short spear.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very fancy, but not very good at, penetrating. You need a big, heavy boar spear or lance for this. He's like, fortunately, he's quite thick-skinned. I don't think I got much more than fur and fat.
Did anyone actually try setting... Does anyone actually have any big spears, like the boar spears, around here?
There's a few with some hunting spears and some defensive pikes. Kept some time from their service in the wars, but no, I don't think anyone has gotten close enough. It's quite big and intimidating. Most of the constables are armed with short spears, bows, swords, knives, that kind of thing.
Clubs,
batons.
Probably not the best thing to engage a direball with, no.
I had to tell Mail. He wanted to get in there with his rapier. He was quite incandescent with rage, very agitated. But you cannot duel a direball.
No, I'm pretty sure they do not know the rules.
Well, at least this guy will sleep these injuries off in 2 days or something.
Well, he'll probably heal 2 tonight because I took care of him, but
it's a total of 3, I believe, because it's you still get your natural, and then it's plus your ranks in apothecary times 2. So he'll basically be better in a couple of days now, as opposed to 5. So you've sped along his road to recovery.
Yeah, but let me see.
Yeah. So he will probably, as you're telling stories, relate sometimes with Mile out there. They got up to old schoolboy adventures. They studied in Rosa, which is I believe it's called the City of Swords and Wits.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very famous area of the Polis League, known for its its dueling, its amusements, its red light districts, poems, etc.
Sounds like a fun place to
The
go.
finer arts.
Yes, not quite as good as Venitas, the city of friends, with the Bard's College, but music and wine flows freely in the streets, and occasionally the blood. But it's the town got its relationship as a vacation for a holiday home for various noble families. So, as you might expect when egos clash.
So do blades.
Yes, your lot are doing good work. Good old Mal, he's quite headstrong. As I said, would have fought it himself, but he has the lands to think of, and if he were to die, his younger brother would inherit, and he's not even an adult yet. So,
Well, war or not, in the morning we'll be setting out. We'll be setting out quite early. Probably get some traps. Down.
very well, yes.
Trying to get some traps down, because from your accounts, I don't think facing this thing in open combat is quite ideal. Neither facing it on an open field either.
He kind of taps his side where you just been, and he's like, nope, learned that one myself. Be pretty quick on the draw. Though I must say, your large friend who was clubbing birds, he's one of those heavier types, sword and board we call it.
Oh yes, he quite prides himself on being the front and first. Takes a lot of damage, that one. Unfortunately, I think it also took a lot of damage to his head.
I don't think I've taken any damage yet.
Not any wound damage, no. Well, no, you got blasted by a spell. That hurt a lot.
Oh yeah, no, the magic is fucking.
Also, you got I remember you fucking mauling at the fucking goblins, and you got blasted by the fucking spirits. Like you get slapped around a bit.
That's true. Sure.
But
True.
Does Porter have any pips in vigilance?
nay.
Okay, I think vigilance is reading people socially.
But I will. I mean, it's will, so I got 3 green, so I'm willing to.
Sure, you can see if you pick up on some subtleties.
I will. What's the difficulty?
Probably average.
Fucking. I mean, statistically.
You should start rolling successes ever.
I'm not.
Nice success.
There's
Right
a
there.
success.
Cancelled out by a single failure.
Well, more than one is the thing. I barely see rolls rolling more than one success.
All right. Well, 2 advantage.
All right. You think that there's maybe a little more to Blair and Lagana's kind of like back and forth than just like, hey, we're old boyhood pals, But you, Porter, are not one for social subtlety, and both of these guys are high-class lads. They're fancy lads doing fancy things.
They're either actually lovers or rivals, and I don't know, and I don't care.
That sounds all right for Porter. Don't care, didn't ask.
But as long as this dude's not actively trying to like underman this.
No. I think even with a failure with advantage, you're like, no, he's not like sinisterly plotting to stab Mile in the back.
Nah, but he might have come here to laugh at him.
It's just that there is subtext here, but Porter is Porter, and therefore, what's subtext?
As long if you have something to say, you say it.
What does subtext taste like? That's when the flavors are subtle, right?
Subtext is for cowards, right?
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't know what Porter would say that.
I mean, out of game, I think I picked up at the subtext. In game, I think I would do way worse than Porter.
No. I think you have the same 3 will.
No, I don't have 3 will.
I have 3 will. Actually, I think Leona would probably pick it up. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Like home.
I think Leona has vigilance.
No, but I still have 3 rolls.
okay.
So
Oh, that's funny. My roll would technically be different, but
Yes, because
it would be 1 yellow, 1 green. Because I do have 1 vigilance.
All right,
Yes,
but let's see.
I'm by the way, I'm saying it's vigilance because vigilance is used to resist deception. So basically, even if he's not actively lying to you, I think picking up on like subtle hints in a social situation is vigilance. You know, just like, hey, can you notice if someone is just like going
Nah.
about that, noticing something subtle?
Yeah, I think the only thing other one that, yeah, because it's usually I think all the defensive social skills is cool, discipline, and vigilance, if I remember correctly.
And I do not think cool or discipline makes sense in this
Nah.
context.
Nah, because discipline is like, staying firm, and cool is like staying aloof.
Yeah.
So
you use cool because I'm looking at the table to let everybody know. You use discipline to resist coercion and leadership, basically not follow orders and resist like fear. Deception is vigilance to have mental alertness to notice when somebody's lying about something.
Mm-hmm.
And charm is resisted by cool to just be like, nah, fam, I don't care. The
Like,
only exception to this is negotiation. Negotiation is resisted by negotiation. Duh.
Counter haggle.
But Porter will not try to stay over long.
Yeah.
He will say his goodbyes. Porter might not be highfalutin society, but he knows how to cross his T's and dot his I's.
And for clearly being like, a dashing noble layabout who like, jousts or fights in gladiatorial arenas for fun. Sir Blair here is obviously, like I said, he has respect for the Porqish race because he has seen what you guys are like on the field of battle.
Mm-hmm. But
I should probably ask the Lord a question.
Sure, he's available.
Oh, it was for this guys of like, for a supposed plan we have, we are probably going to. I guess would it be a hassle to quest? I guess of the neighboring farms we can borrow like their spears and like any lances they have because we might use it for a trip.
Well, my men have some sun hunting spears you can probably scrounge up. What's the rarity on a regular spear? Hold on. God has to answer this question for himself. Table. I have to leave the fluff zone and go all the way to table 1 melee. Pole arms. Spear. Regular S spear? 2. Yeah, they can probably scrounge up spear 2.
Cranes are 3.
Javelins are 1.
So what kind of trap are you thinking of?
Oh, dig a pitfall. We're gonna dig a big hole. Cover it.
Yeah, that's a little more labor intensive than what
but if we cover it well enough, where only a heavy thing like a dire boar would break the cover.
No, the difference is with mine is it's portable and I can just set it down.
Yeah. Though I would also say mechanically. By the way, I want to let everybody know. I know it's a little early, but I'm thinking of because you guys are doing plans and stuff. Though, while Lucky has stepped away, I'm probably gonna wrap it up after some light evening role playing. Because you guys want to make plans, and also if you guys are gonna do traps, I want to, like I said, I have some guidance on that, but I have not hashed out those rules exactly. So I would like to take some time to actually flesh those out a little. And double check like difficulty and stuff for things you're doing. So we would probably wrap up here, even though I know it's a little early. But yes, the difference would be mechanically, roughly, is an iron jaw trap, a metal jaw trap would be some number of damage and then would immobilize the target because ideally you have it, chained and pinned to the ground.
Well,
so it
can't. Like spoiler for and sorry to ruin your Hollywood immersion. Anytime anyone in a movie gets out of a bear trap, that's fake. Like you cannot get those things open.
I'm more thinking about how horror movies handle it, where it's like a fucking ordeal.
No, like you can't open it with like put a rebar in it. You can't. If you try and open it, it gets tighter.
Yeah, there's springs and stuff. You would have to take it apart.
There's a reason they're actually illegal now.
Yeah. But it would be damage and it would immobilize and it would probably require like some kind of fine-tooth check, or like technically, we are in a fantasy setting, a really really hard athletics check to just be like fucking god strong. But that's different than normal stuff. Whereas a pitfall trap would be basically force the enemy to make a fall check at short range with extra damage if you make it a spike pit trap, which you guys don't know how good a bear is at breakfall. Falling damage can be quite mean. Even for a short distance, it's 10 wounds, 10 strain divided by
that's what I was thinking. And then we
add
add like base like 5 extra damage on that because the spikes are 4.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it would be. I'd have to work it out. But yes, it would either be gives automatic piercing or something because soak does apply when falling. And I am house ruling that even if GeneSys doesn't say this one, that Soak still applies on strain on falling because otherwise you always pass the fuck out when you fall, even a short distance. I will not do the thing once again, Fantasy Flight games where Space Marines are killed by stairs. And if you don't know that, that's true. In the Space Marine RPG they did for Warhammer 40k Death Watch, the way the falling rules work is the most lethal thing to Space Marines is to fall down a flight of stairs. It's bad.
So literally, the cultists just made a bunch of stair traps.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
kind
pretty lethal for anything. I'm a demon prince. I fall downstairs.
Well, it's really easy to slip and fall in 40k because of the blood crits.
So literally, your
blood
base tactic is
everywhere.
just to have a device that makes stairs.
Well, and get blood everywhere, like a blood litter demon. Anyway, no. Lucky, while you stepped away, I said that even though we're a little short because these guys are planning complex things and I need to crystallize my trap rules, we were probably going to call it for an evening here after you guys have done any evening role-playing or pre-planning you want to do.
One last question, I guess, then. Could Ryahn and Nanashi, like, make a luring flask?
Yeah, they've got alchemy. They could attempt it, probably with some raw materials.
I mean, Nanashi has alchemy.
Oh, do you not have alchemy?
Oh boy.
I don't have alchemy. It's not.
Right. But Nanashi does have an alchemy kit, so he could work on it. Yeah.
Hmm.
If you wanted to. What's the rarity on a lure flask?
It's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, that would be an easy check. Lure flask 4. So 2. Yeah, average. Pretty good. Yeah, just like that, but with a space wolf instead of a small wolf. Brother, I've fallen down the stairs.
Also,
And
if it's space,
you
there'd probably be a
died
small
at the end
crater.
of that.
It would probably be
I
a small
mean,
crater.
to be fair, the most inconsistent thing in any Warhammer 40k fiction is the lethality of whatever at any given time.
True, but we're not here to discuss that. Yeah, so if you wanted to make a lure flask, somebody could make me an average alchemy check. We can sort that out if you guys want to like gather up some materials. You guys will probably not want to set out first thing in the morning. As I said, it will be foggy and misty. It will actually be concealment 1 for a couple of hours in the morning, so you probably want to wait until it... I mean, if you want to sneak around, that's fine, but if you guys actually want to like make sure you don't get ambushed by boars...
I just think it's maybe...
I was
going to
need a day.
I was saying you wanted to like make some of these today because we still have story points to burn, so I thought maybe we could try making some.
First of all, you don't need to sleep, so you can dig up the yeah, but also
That's
no.
true.
The crafting rules go by terms of hours, not days.
Gotcha.
So you would at most need probably a couple of hours in the morning to prep because we don't need to waste anybody's time. You just bang hammer on thing and make thing. You put the iron in the you make a crafting mold and you put the iron in the forge and then you hit it with the hammer and it works or it doesn't.
Iron jaw traps are actually fairly easy to make, so it's like I figured that's not too hard.
Yeah, like I said, and I will hammer out exactly what the difficulty and stuff is. Like I said, I actually today wrote some outlines for trap rules in the you can see it in the Game Master scrolls. The difficulty to manufacture is based on how hard it is to spot. And there are some like additional rules and triggers and stuff. I just didn't hash out the actual like types of trap rules and stuff.
No, it's just I was thinking it's like what made sense with my character's background. And from having spent most of his time in the Highlands as a like very low level adventurer, I figure bear problems is probably something, or zombie bear problems are probably something I've had to deal with.
Yeah. No,
So
it tracks. Okay. So before you guys like go to sleep for the night, anything else you guys want to think about prepping for the morning?
Well, let me think.
Mortis has access to some scrap iron and some shovels. Leona found some spears.
Shovels. Maybe, I guess, some wire to make the cover.
They probably got something.
What's a wire?
Oh, there'd be thin metal wires. They'd just be expensive. I don't know if you'd have anything actively
That's
here.
fair,
It's
no.
probably
Probably get some
heavy twine.
Twine works actually. Thing that breaks away.
Solid twine, cover it with some leaves. That'd make a basically like a tiger trap, but a dire boar trap.
Exactly.
Catch a dire boar by the toe. If he hollers, let him go.
No, don't let him go because then you will die.
But yeah, anybody wanna bring up anything this eventide? Otherwise, we shall wrap it up.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really know what I would other than that. So yeah, I don't know.
No, you got your thing. I just want to make sure everybody's had an opportunity. Nobody feels like they're being pushed over because, like I said, we're wrapping a little early. We've only been doing things for about 3 hours and 20 minutes. But it sounds like you guys have some planning and some pre-prep to do, so I don't want to necessarily take us for like 5 hours. And I did just hear like yucky. Oh no, it's
I am
Dark Lucky
offended.
Yucky. Lucky yawned. I tried to say that too fast. So it seems like a good time to wrap up. So everybody, take your overnight healing and strain and whatever, and we'll go with 15 EXP. Spend it wisely.
Oh,
For tomorrow, you will have a boss fight.
I'm gonna
hold
get
on.
precise archery, so now I can shoot into melee.
That's probably a good idea. That sounds good. That's a smart move.
I need to
Thumbs up.
check something.
Alrighty.
Where is
Well,
the
I'm gonna stitch up the recording here.
GenSekai?
Thank you everybody for tuning in. We hope you appreciate this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And like I said, check this out on Patreon if you want the audio. And we'll see you next, Tim.
Next time.
We're gonna go. We're all gonna die.